KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right. Yeah. Summer hours commence. Good morning. Just after 7 o'clock here, the world famous KROQ Klein Alley Show. How the hell are you? How the hell goes it? My name is Klein. That is Allie.
Hello.
Got Jake the Nerd back there. DJ Omar Khan, I think, is off this week. We have a hard time getting all of our vacations in sync, apparently. And then backroom postmaster Johnny and Vanessa taking your calls, 800-520-1067. Start by apologies that I had to take a few additional days, dealt with some sadness. We'll get into that a little bit later in the show, of course, because everyone loves a good death story to put them in a good mood, right?
Oh, I love a sadness tease.
Everyone loves a good sadness tease.
You're going to get real sad.
But you know what? Then they won't get sad because later this morning, Allie.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. That's Yo Gabba Gabba. They were one of the surprise hits of this past recent Coachella. But, of course, if anyone's got a child or a slow and or stoned adult, everyone knows Yo Gabba Gabba. But that song is what plays in my head 24/7. This is what
I'm gonna eat, yeah.
when I walk anywhere.
Yummy, yummy, gonna eat, yeah.
This is how I feel. Like that's constantly what's playing in my head right now.
And it even does the same thing. Chicken.
Yeah, it's a different food.
Cheese. Yeah.
Random thing I found in my car. Yeah.
That voice in your head that's supposed to say no.
Yeah, I know.
Don't eat that.
Random pill. Yeah. We got Yo Gabba Gabba stopping into the KROQ studios later this morning. If you don't believe us, you should check us out because we'll be streaming on YouTube as well. Lots to get into, lots to give you. If you're into the bribery sort of thing, we'll get you into C-21 Pilots, make that happen for you. And I believe we got a road trip sending you all the way to Tampa, Florida. Who doesn't want to go to Tampa, Florida?
I've never been, but I heard it's great.
So we'll get you into that and tickets to see Yo Gabba Gabba at the Novo on August 31st as well. So lots of reasons for you to keep it with us. And even though I thought I'd be happy to be back today after taking the week for the 4th of July and then the sad personal days I had to take, I was really thinking I was excited to be back. And then the first message I heard is from this person that says, I don't even need to come back ever. And I think they make a good point.
Hey, party people. We love the Allie Vanessa show. It's so awesome to not have Klein on, where he's being rude to everybody, gay bashing, bashing old people, talking over everybody, just being a general jerk all the time, thinking he's funny. Like, we're so over it. And playing his kids on the air, oh my gosh, that's the worst thing ever. That's what's wrong with society. Little kids that scream and cuss at their parents, and he thinks that's funny, and he's the reason all that happens. You watch, those poor kids are going to hate him. There's another perfect example is he's a jerk to his own kids because he thinks it's funny. Like, we're over it. Stick with the Allie Vanessa show. Bring in more Omar. Thanks.
Bring in more Omar. What a plot twist.
I'm going to go with that guy.
You know, obviously that guy didn't really listen because there was plenty of gay bashing on yesterday's show.
Oh, I believe it. There's no bigger homophobe on the planet than Vanessa.
Exactly. Yeah. And a child screaming and swearing, that's just Vanessa in the studio.
Right. That's not my kids. That's Vanessa. She's a grown-ass child.
No, we are very happy to have you back.
We're partially together again. We got a decent show planned, which we'll get into all of after this one from Jimmy World. If you need us, phones open, text line open, 800-520-1067 live on a Wednesday morning here on the world famous KROQ. show. Lots to get into this morning. Apparently, Jake was back in the streets with everyone's favorite pit stopper. Moist Joyce was back at it again. The two of them, the power couple, was out. Another heat wave means I got to check them pits. And I don't want to give too much away, Allie, because we'll save this for later in the show. But here's a tease.
Everybody knows Moist Joyce now.
Oh, really? Yeah, when it gets hot, you really got to watch out for Moist Joyce.
Oh,
Remember those words. When it gets hot, you got to look out for Moist Joyce. So she strikes.
It's like some weird Bloody Mary situation
Yeah,
where it's hot, Moist Joyce just shows up.
Don't say her name 3 times.
Yeah.
She hibernates all winter when pits are at normal smell. But in the summer, you better believe that's when she's out and in full effect. We got that to get to later this morning. Lots to give you as well. And I will warn you at some point, for those of you that are watching along on YouTube, there's a good chance that my tooth does fall out during the show. It's only happened one other time.
Oh, no, that's not true.
No, it happens all the time.
It happens constantly.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I have.
It happens constantly?
I think I have a folder now in my pictures of times your tooth has fallen
No, because
out.
sometimes it falls out or it's being pulled out at a dentist, and I take a picture and send it to you.
No,
I say, all
no,
right.
In the show,
Yeah.
it has happened numerous times.
Yes.
It has?
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean? Don't act surprised.
I knew one time.
Don't act surprised.
I thought one time, guys, one time it fell. It always seems to know around whenever there's like a holiday or whenever there's going to be a time. It's hard to get to a dentist, and I can't find anyone. That seems to be the time when my mouth is like, all right, let's really F with this guy.
Well,
this
it
guy likes
doesn't-
pranks. Let's prank him.
Don't you know by now that there is a time frame that you have after you re-glue it?
No,
like,
it's
okay,
different.
I've got 2 months.
No,
Oh.
usually, it used to be, Allie, the whole reason is because I know you're thinking I got some janky dentist job. I got hit in the mouth with a baseball in like 6th grade. The teeth hung around for a while and then eventually lost them both.
Same with Vanessa, right? They just died. The
Yeah,
teeth-
Vanessa,
the
how
teeth
did
died.
your teeth die?
I heard them while in the ocean.
You hurt them while in the ocean.
Yeah.
What a child! What a child thing to say.
hurt my
tooth in the
water. In the sand.
Oh, you dove into too shallow of ocean,
No, it was like a current,
No,
a wave,
the
like,
wave
right?
brought me up, all the way up, and boom,
And then
down
smashed
to the
her.
sand.
And it knocked your teeth out,
Well, no, I hurt them.
right?
But they're still there. They're just covered.
Those are your original teeth.
They're behind these ones.
Oh,
I
Let's
didn't
not
know.
talk about my teeth. Let's
What?
talk about Clyde's teeth.
well, listen,
Oh, you still have dead teeth in your mouth.
so you have double teeth. You're like
Dead tooth walking.
Cool, you're like a shark.
that's
they're
so
not
cool.
completely dead.
Oh, I want to
They're
get
dying.
a necklace and wear your tooth around on it, like
Oh
a
my
surfer.
God.
Oh, yeah, Dibs.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh, Shark Week is going to
Wait.
be Vanessa Week.
Vanessa, so you have 2 fake teeth, and then behind the 2 fake teeth, you have 2 teeth that
So
are
you-
currently dying?
No, they're caps.
Right, but what are they holding on to? Dead teeth?
They're wrapped.
Fractured teeth.
The new
Teeth
ones
that
are
are
wrapped
dying.
around the dead ones.
Oh, it's so cool.
Cool. So you have like 2 rows of teeth.
No.
It's
Yeah.
at least 2 that we know of.
Guys,
There may be more.
Come on.
See, I'm jealous.
And they're her baby teeth.
My-
She's still waiting for the big
Right,
ones
it's
to
just
come
the
in.
little ones. You can put them under the pillow every night, waiting. Mine actually got yanked, and then they had to put in these like they had professional hockey players. They have the cool ones that are on that retainer, and whenever they want to like eat food, they just pop out their teeth.
Yeah, why don't you have that?
I had that for a while, and that was cool, but then I kept losing it, and those things suck to keep losing.
Yeah, retainers, I think, are just made to be lost.
I was like, anytime I would go anywhere that involved a tray, like it didn't matter where it was, I was like guaranteed going to lose the
If you have to set something down when you eat, you're not going to remember to
And
pick
you
it
know
back
me,
up.
I'm like the worst. So
Yeah.
finally they did the thing where they put the 2 giant screws that go all the way up through my nostrils, and I got the teeth there, and they glue them on in this semi-permanent cement, and they're supposed to stay on for like 2-3 years at a time before they get loose. Lately, though, it feels like, and I don't know what's going on. They're not holding like they used
No,
to.
I feel like it's like every 4 months,
Yeah.
4 to 6 months.
And on July 3rd, I could feel it was getting real loose, and I was like, man, this thing is about to come out. And of course, every dentist, because I know we talk a lot of trash about dentists on this show, but they're all like, it's not enough for them to take the 4th off. They're like, they're gone for the next month. I'm like, the next month?
yeah,
Taking
or
so much
sometimes you
time
call and you're
off.
like, can I get an appointment? They're like, yeah, in September. And you're like, what?
I finally walk into someplace, no appointment, just walk in. I see it's open. They got a giant neon tooth in the window. So I'm like, all right, this is going to be my place. All I need someone to do is put some dental glue. It's like special glue. It's not like Gorilla Glue. They have
Wait,
some
you have a screw in your head.
It's a screw in my head.
Why can't they
Yes,
screw on a tooth?
because there is no screw in the tooth. The tooth is hollow. And
So
then
they just put the screws in for fun?
the screws are screwed into my like bone, my skull bone.
For
I guess.
what?
Oh,
I don't to keep the post from jiggling around, Jake.
Ew.
And then they glue the tooth on the other side of the screw. Yes, should there be 2 screws? Yes, there probably should be, but
I'm glad
there's
the
not.
sex factor on this show is on par with every
Give
other
everyone
day.
a second to pull over and masturbate right now, okay? If you all need to take care of yourself.
Okay, and then the glue, why is it semi-permanent? Why don't they just put permanent glue?
Because if they ever had to do anything to adjust the post, they would have to destroy the tooth. You see how beautiful
so
these
what?
tooth?
Looking at them.
They're beautiful.
No,
These
do
are
a redo.
These are two
Put some new ones on the front of those.
Destroy all of them.
So thank you, Jake. So I find a guy and he says, "Come on in. We'll take you right now." And I go, "Great. I just need you to put some of your special dentist glue on my tooth so I can get out of here."
That's the thing. That's all you need is that.
That's all I
dentist
need.
glue.
They got the dentist glue, and the guy goes, "Yep, great. No problem. Sit on down. We'll take care of you." And then they send someone and he goes, "Hey, I'm going to do some x-rays for you." I go, whoa,
No,
I don't need the x-rays.
no,
I just need some of that special glue you guys got back there. And the guy's like, "Nah, we don't do anything until we do x-rays." I go, "Oh, this scam."
Yeah.
So I said, "I'm not."
That's how they get you in, and then they have to do a cleaning, and then they have to talk to you about the results of the
I
X-ray.
said, "Listen, pal, my tooth has fallen out in 11 countries. Okay, I don't need any x-rays. I'm not some sucker tourist. This thing is coming out. I pull it out with my fingers. I go, look, here you go. It's out." The guy goes, "All right, I'll be right back." Then another person comes in. "We're going to have to do an x-ray. We're going to have to do a deep cleaning. Then we're going to have to do a laser something or other.
A laser?
And then we're going to have to do some other BS." And the guy goes, "It'll be about $1,700. I said, "Listen."
Oh. And how much is it normally for you to get this fixed?
Most dentists don't even charge. They go, "It's so easy." They go, "It's a little glue."
It's like fixing a flat.
Yeah, it's like, exactly. They go, "A little gum, boom, done. You're on your way."
Wow.
It should get you another 25,000 miles. So the guy goes, and I go, "You're out of your mind, dude. I'm not paying for any of this stuff." I go,
You're like, "Did you see our neon tooth in the window?"
"Yeah, you have a."
You're not messing around.
I go, "You guys have a neon
Give
tooth."
me the neon tooth.
Can you just put the neon tooth in my mouth? Can we do that as
Right.
well? So the guy starts going, "Well, listen, fine. You don't want to do the x-rays, that's fine, but I still need to do the deep clean and the laser thing, and it's going to be $700. We don't take insurance." So I said, forget it. So I go, "Where's my tooth?" Now
This is another scam dentist who's just trying to lure
Right.
people in
Right.
with their stupid x-rays and their deep cleans.
And
Oh,
their nice
we're going to
day
make
outside.
everything better. And then, boom, they're not even going to fix your tooth. They're going to say, "Hey, by the way, you have 16 cavities. We got to get all those filled." Blah, blah, blah,
So
blah,
I
blah.
stand up. I say, "You know what? I realize I'm done with this. I'm out of here." And I get up and I start yelling. And there's people in there. And I go, "This place," and I'm missing a tooth, by the way. "This place, a giant scam. It's a giant scam, and I'm not going to stand for it."
Don't let them take your money.
So I walk out the door, and then I realize I've walked out, and I do not have my tooth. Like
Oh,
I left my
no.
tooth on the stupid tray, goddamn tray again. So now I have to, after making this big proclamation about I'm not going to fall for
You
it.
have to
none
go
of
back
you
in and be like, "I'll be taking this."
and I had to walk back in. I'm like, "Where's my tooth tray?" There, I grab it and I walk out, my tooth in my finger, and I walk right out. And this right now is being held on, Allie, by my kids' arts and crafts glue.
No way.
That's what I've used.
What is it, Elmer's?
It's a step up from Elmer's, whatever.
But it
that
must be
is.
waterproof
Rubber
glue.
cement.
It's rubber cement, and but I'm saying it's getting loose. So today, at some point, place your bets when you least expect it. Today during the show, you place your bets if you're a net banger right now when this thing will fall out on the table,
And you can win something.
and you will win something. You will win a half
Loads out.
gently
You can
used
wi-
glue stick.
You can win his tooth. Why don't
You
you
can-
just give it away?
Man, I need it.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of do need this tooth, mostly for corn.
Nah, just get new ones, man. Be
Uh-huh,
like everyone in
necklace.
Hollywood and just get veneers. Then you don't have to deal with it ever again. File those little babies down.
Vanessa, maybe you know what? If I get this one taken out, I'm going to add it to your collection, Vanessa. You can
Cool. You can get a third row.
you can triple up.
It's
Third
like a
row.
movie theater.
Just keep on stacking them. We got to take a break. When we get back, $100 of Allie's cash can be yours. All you got to do is be on the phone now. 800-520-1067. Allie knows the news, or does she? We find out next.
KROQ Road Trip USA. Your favorite KROQ bands and destinations all across the country. Stop 1. Ride a roller coaster at Busch Gardens. Make friends with an alligator. Fall in love with a Cuban sandwich when you see 21 Pilots in Tampa, Florida. Qualify all week and you'll instantly win tickets to their show at BMO Stadium October 26th.
We're 21 Pilots and we don't approve of that.
Yeah, but KROQ does.
Taking my time on my ride.
Then you could be off to Florida for round 2.
I didn't understand the thing you said.
Because nothing says summer like music, humidity, pirate parades, and a lizard watching you eat lunch. Courtesy of Live Nation and Atlantic Records.
The world famous KROQ. Hey.
Not through on the phones or we don't pick you up to play, you can still root along for your generation. Every generation wants to be the best. New article out says, according to science, Gen X are the most, they're the happiest. And for some reason, I think people say they were still money. They were still able to make some money, Gen X, before all the money ran out.
Oh, money.
That's part
and
of it
save
as well.
money.
That's right. But apparently, everyone still thinks their generation reigns supreme. We will get into a legitimate generation wars now up for grabs. Tickets to go to Cali Vibes this weekend, VIP style. Representing, let's go in order, Allie. Let's go ahead and start at the bottom, make our way to the top. Hold on 1 second. This is a representative of Gen Z, and this is on line 6. Jacob, good morning.
Good morning.
When were you born?
99.
All right, you are a legitimate Gen Zer. You will be able to compete against Gen Xers and boomers and millennials for the ultimate prize, bragging rights for your entire generation. Every Gen Zer is rooting for Jacob right now. We say hi to the representative of millennials. This is Maddie. Maddie, when were you born?
95.
Nice.
All right. You are a millennial, separated by only 4 years from our Gen Zer, but it's a whole different ball game, and you will be representing all millennials. If you know the answer to the question I ask, you must yell out Gen Z. You'll be yelling out Gen Z. Millennial, you'll be yelling out millennial. And then, of course, you will have to get through Karen, who is a loud and proud Gen Xer. Good morning, Karen. Welcome to KROQ.
Good morning.
How do you
1976.
76 in the smack dab in the middle of Gen X. You will be representing Gen X. Also, your name is now synonymous with white ladies who complain. How do you feel about that?
I'm a good Karen.
Okay, that's what they all say. I'm a good Karen. Tell your manager.
I'm not one of those.
When you have the answer to the question I ask, you must yell out Gen X. And then, of course, we have a boomer on the phone. Born all the way back in 1850. Let's say hi to, is this Mark? Hello, Mark.
Hey, Boomer here.
Boomer, what year were you born?
1960.
All right. Allie, representing all different
I feel like I'm about to get
generations
lectured
now.
by Mark.
Mark, are you complaining right now about something we're doing, or are you calling to play the game?
I'm calling to play the game.
All right.
Although you did say that all the boomers should just get out of here.
Thank you.
It's easy to make him mad.
Sorry, Boomer. Get off my lawn. Here we go. These questions are going to go all over the place. I have 10 questions here, and they are ranging from questions that millennials should know, Gen Xers should know, boomers should know. So it really will come down to which ones are you able to steal. If you have the answer to the question, you must yell out your generation. Wait for Allie to call on you, and then you have a chance to answer. And we start with question number 1. Who was Howdy Doody?
Boomer.
Okay, Boomer, go ahead.
Character.
What?
A puppet character.
All right, that is correct. And no other
Mark.
No other generation would know that.
Everyone else is like, what?
Howdy doody.
I thought it was a drug of some sort. All right, here we go. Run DMC popularized what shoe brand? I'm surprised Gen X couldn't jump in on this one. That's crazy. Even I know this. Time.
Boomer.
Go ahead.
Converse.
No.
Okay.
Converse.
That's what the kids like, the Converse.
Hey,
they call them Chucks, don't they?
I was on the original team from Hoosier. I'll tell you, it's all about the Converse. All right, no one gets the point. Guys, it's Adidas. I'm shocked no one knew that. Adidas. All right, moving on. I would have thought Gen X would have picked that one up easily.
They're too happy.
What does FOMO stand for?
Gen Z.
Gen X.
Gen Z was first.
Gen Z?
Jacob.
Fear of missing out.
All right, you
Go.
get the point. Currently, if you're keeping track, it's a tie in the lead between Gen Z and Boomer. I don't like the way this is going. We move on to the next question. What city was Puck on The Real World living in on MTV's Real World? Puck was in what city?
Gen X.
Go ahead, Gen X.
I would have thought
Karen.
Gen X would have gotten this easy.
New York.
No, that is incorrect.
Oh, my God.
I think I'm crushing this one.
The answer for that one was San Francisco, was when Puck became a big star on The Real World. But no one knows, and we move on to the next question. What is Depop? Oh, Johnny's going nuts in there. Johnny can't figure out why Gen Z doesn't know this.
Nobody knows this?
Depop. No one gets the point. Johnny, how would you describe Depop for all the Gen Zers out there? I know you're on it every day.
It's a secondhand marketplace to sell clothes. And Jacob, you messing up big time, bro.
All right, thank you. A little shame for Gen Z. If you're currently keeping track, it is still a tie between Boomer and Gen Z. Generation Wars. 5 questions left. Up for grabs. Cali Vibes tickets. Multiple different musicians from many different generations representing in Long Beach this weekend. Here we go. Question, next one. Name the music festival that took place in New York in 1969.
Boomer.
Go ahead, Mark. Boomer.
Woodstock.
All right, that's a point. Boomer is in the lead.
Woodstock.
We
Got a lot of
move on-
stories about Woodstock.
Move on to the next question. Here we go. What store had shirtless men standing at the front of it to greet shop?
Gen X.
Go ahead, Gen X.
Gen X.
Abercrombie and Finch.
There you go.
Finally on the board. Allie, what's the score right now in Generation Wars?
Well, Boomer Mark is in the lead with 2, and Karen from Gen X and Jacob from Gen Z each have 1 point.
And Allie and I were saying earlier today.
Millennials, totally failing.
Every time we've done Generation Wars, millennials let us down.
And then millennials, every time we say that, chime in on the text line and go, yeah, whatever, it's because we don't care.
Right, I know. All right, moving on. Here we go. Charizard and Pikachu are from what game? Millennial.
Finally, Maddie, go ahead.
Pokemon.
There you go.
Pokemon. She's
Everyone's
on the board.
Mark
All right.
is still in the lead,
Mark
though.
is in the lead with 2. It's 1-1-1. A very exciting Generation Wars on KROQ right now. Science may say that Gen X has it all figured out, but every other generation would like to get bragging rights. We move on to your next question. What is Mr. Beast's real name?
Gen Z, go ahead. Jacob.
Jimmy.
That is correct. Jimmy
right.
or James, I will have accepted. Donaldson, if you want to go full name, but that's fine. I will accept that.
Now
You got
again,
it?
Gen Z and Boomer are tied again.
Gen Z and Boomer, opposite ends of the spectrum. In case you're wondering what's going on right there in the back with Vanessa in Generation Alpha, she is currently having a
tantrum.
She's having a tantrum. And
Timeout.
applesauce out of a little pouch right now. That's all right. That is correct. Give her a point. She's on the board. All
Give
right.
her a sticker.
Moving on. There's only 3 questions left, guys. This is going to come down to the end here. Come down to the wire.
310 said, I am Gen X, and I've literally known every answer to every question.
You don't have to yell it out. It's easier. Here we go. Which band sang I Can't Get No Satisfaction?
Boomer.
Go ahead, Mark.
Rolling Stones.
That is correct.
You can hear the I told you so in his voice.
You really can. We move on with 2 questions left, and he's up exactly 2. This could come down to potentially a tiebreaker if it gets to that point.
It won't.
Oh, my
Man.
God.
I love the anger, too, between all the generations.
Which president played saxophone on television?
Boomer.
Wow.
This would be for the game. This would be for the game.
I
if he
mean, what
gets
do you
it.
think? I think Boomer got it
He
again.
locked in first. Go ahead.
The Honorable Bill Clinton.
Okay. Well, this Generation Wars has unfortunately come to an end, and I apologize to Gen Xers and Gen Zers and I'm millennials. I can't believe it, but Mark,
You were probably in a war, and now you won one.
Probably World War I, World War II, and now Generation Wars. Add another star. And seriously, you're probably the only guy they called from a landline, which means he was...
You're crystal clear,
That's
Mark.
probably why he was able to answer so quickly. You are the winner of this round of Generation Wars. You've just gotten yourself tickets to Cali Vibes, and everyone will think, why is that guy here? Be your Klein show, but enough about us. Let's pay the people. $100 every morning right around this time. If you're new to the show or new to listening right now, you can get super rich every single day. In fact, I don't even think we have rules here. If you want to win every single day, think of all the thousands you could take from Allie. It's her money on the line. 5 questions about the news. If you've been paying attention, hopefully you can do better than she does and get paid. We say hi to Ryan in Calabasas. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning, Klein.
Welcome to Allie Knows the News. I've got 5 questions here. She hasn't seen them yet, but she will sequester herself outside of the main KROQ studios, and you get to go first. We'll score together at the end. Let's see how you do, and hopefully she will pay the people. Your round starts right now.
Allie Knows the News.
All right, move over Apple, move over Microsoft. The world has its first $4 trillion company. What is it?
And Vita.
Go to question number 2. Allie has done it again. The mush power is real. This snack food is being recalled because it has, quote, a life-threatening issue. What snack food is being recalled because of a, quote, life-threatening issue?
That would be Ritz crackers.
I like your knowledge. I like your confidence. We go to question number 3. The ex-wife of this actor failed a lie detector test about circumstances around his death. Which actor's ex-wife has failed a lie detector test?
I do not know this one. I'm just going to go with Michael Jackson.
Question number 4. Temple University is offering a course based on this singer. Drake will not be in attendance.
Country music?
I think singer's wrong.
What do you mean singer's wrong?
I don't consider them a singer.
This performer. Thank you, Jake. Temple University will be offering a course based on this performer. Drake will not be happy or in attendance. Which performer is going to have his own course at Temple University?
Dave Matthews Band.
And finally, let's go ahead and end it with this. You want to go weird news? You want to go local news? Let's go with this. This has been the official date that they have said that they will be sentencing Sean Diddy Combs.
Let's see. I think it's August 1st.
All right, let's bring Allie and we'll score together. You learn a thing or two. You potentially get paid. You find out what's going on in the world. And more importantly, and most importantly, you take Allie's money and put her in a very foul mood for the remainder of the show. That's what it's all about. Allie, here we go.
Okay.
News that took place over these past few days. Question number 1. Move over to Apple and Microsoft. There's a new $4 trillion company in the world. What is it?
Odyssey.
It's definitely Odyssey.
It's Odyssey, where magic happens.
Do you have a guess?
What were the other examples you gave?
I said it's not Apple. It's not Microsoft.
Meta?
Oh. This guy got it. NVIDIA. NVIDIA is
AI.
now entering the 4 trillion category. Congratulations to contestant Ryan, who's up 1-0.
Trillion is where I stopped counting. Like, you can't even figure out how much money that is.
That's
like
too many zeros.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Hand would cramp up trying to write that down.
Yeah.
We go to question number 2. Allie has done it again, proving that she has the ultimate mush power, as this snack food is now being recalled because of, quote, life-threatening issues. And this truly may be your most impressive mush ever.
Snack food. What did I say I love? Oh, guava.
Oh, wow.
What?
You don't know anything.
No, I don't know this one.
Allie, your favorite of all the crackers.
Oh, Ritz?
Ritz.
No.
A massive.
Wait a second. I thought your favorite was Graham.
Well, she likes Graham,
I do
too.
love a Graham.
Allie does a segment called Crackers on Crackers, where she as a white lady talks about her favorite crackers. But
Don't even get me started on water crackers. I haven't gotten into those. So those are cheap.
You lose another point. Anyway, he got that right. He's up 2-0 right now. Go to question number 3. Temple University will be offering a course based on this singer, I'll say / performer. Drake will not be in attendance.
Oh, yeah, Kendrick Lamar.
All right, Allie goes on the board. He did not get that one right. But yes, there will be a Kendrick Lamar course. And Allie has now closed it within 1 as we go to question number 4. The ex-wife of this actor failed a lie detector test about questions involving circumstances around his death.
Oh, my God. Gary Coleman.
That is correct, Allie. Wow. Comeback.
I did see that. I was like, who cares? But that is interesting.
That is fascinating. She was always a very...
That was a sketchy situation.
Suspicious death. Whenever a little person dies, always very suspicious, but especially when it's Gary Coleman.
I know. That guy got really shafted.
And now it comes down to this. Ryan versus Allie. It's 2-2 with 1 question left. The official date has been set. When will Sean Diddy Combs be sentenced?
Oh, God.
I did say what the date will be. What is it?
Is it next Monday?
Next Monday. I need a date there. That's July something or other. That is incorrect. He said August 1st. Incorrect. Correct date. October 3rd.
Oh, dang.
They are pushing it till Halloween season for the costumes,
Cool.
clearly. Hey, you didn't get it right, but I'm going to say you were closer, Ryan. And what the hell? Why not? You win. Congratulations.
Oh, come on.
$100.
Yeah.
Allie's money.
How is he closer than October?
Well, he's
It's
closer
still so far away.
Closer than what you said, which was next Monday. He at least got within a month. So hold on 1 second. Let's pay the people, Ryan. Feels much better to give than to receive.
I hate that you're back.
And it's the best part of coming back is giving away Allie's money. Congratulations. We'll do it again tomorrow. KROQ. I will explain why I had to take a few additional days off. It unfortunately has to do with the fact that I lost someone that was pretty special to me, and someone very young, and someone that I consider obviously a friend, but more importantly was the wife of like my best friend ever, and she lost her life, and as a result, everything that happened during the week, the 4th of July week, and all of the trivial annoyances and all the stuff that always happens when you've got young kids, it all seemed very insignificant in the grander scheme of things.
It's crazy how things like that really rewire your brain in an instant. You're like, oh wow, this is what matters right now.
Right. And I'm not a spiritual person, and it was interesting.
I think you are.
I'm really not a spiritual person, but
I listen to your podcast.
Listen, I occasionally try.
You had that ghost tooth.
I do have a ghost tooth that could come out at any point during the show.
Very spiritual.
But as a result, the big plan for this week, and all of us at the 4th of July week had different plans. I think Jake was floating on that weird Loser River.
It's not a weird Loser River. It's dope.
And then Allie was up in Lake Tahoe, and I had a plan to go away with my wife. First trip ever, the two of us without kids since my kid was born, who's 6 now. We had not done more than one night away ever because it's just impossible. And when we've had babysitters, they've called and quit, usually after one day. So we have to come back. So this was our first trip ever, and it was a big birthday for her. So I said, wherever you want to go, we'll go. And she found, it's the worst thing ever to say, because she found some place literally through I think it was a video she saw on TikTok, and she's like, that place looks nice, let's go there.
Oh, yikes.
And we ended up in the jungles of Mexico, which was nice in theory and beautiful to look at. One of the things that they don't tell you
is that it's a jungle.
Is that it's a jungle in Mexico. Mm-hmm. And with all of the pretty things that you see, what you don't see is that every morning when you wake up and you're looking at the ocean and it's beautiful, and then there's also, the sounds of cicadas and bugs.
Ew, I hate cicadas.
Which I thought cicadas came out like once every 20 years, but apparently they live year-round in the jungles of Mexico.
There's always
There's some cicadas that come out like every 7 or 13 years.
These ones came out every 7 minutes the entire time. But what they don't tell you is that every night, monkeys that live in the jungles will defecate all over all over the balcony of your room. Like all over it.
No.
To the point where...
Are these like fun monkeys that eat your food?
Yes.
That's a weird pigeon.
They're fun monkeys, and I think they almost look more like raccoons than monkeys. There's a name for them. I don't even know what it is. And they do tell you, we're the home... Basically what happened was there used to be a bunch of jaguars. And then when they built the property, they said, let's get rid of all the jaguars because they're eating the tourists, and no one wants that.
Oh,
so they got rid of the jaguars.
That would be way more fun.
Right, that's what I thought. But then the problem is once they got rid of the jaguars, these monkeys are like, hey, we don't have any jaguars eating us, so let's poop all over these guys' balconies. What are they going to do?
Yeah, and eat their Fritos.
So the first day, and they also warn you when you get to your room, and it was very nice, but when you get there, they say, just as a rule of thumb, if you don't close your screen door, the monkeys will come into the room when you're not there, and they will eat everything in your minibar.
Cool.
And I thought to myself...
That's a great video.
Forget about video. I thought to myself, this is amazing. How often have you been drunk and eaten everything in your own minibar and wish you had a good excuse as to why you shouldn't be on the hook for $200?
Absolutely. So you can just go through your whole minibar and then blame it on a monkey.
Right. So all I heard was, I'm going to eat everything in my minibar and just be like, monkeys, which is the coolest thing ever because they know it's happening. And they said also, if you eat anything out on your balcony or have coffee out there, immediately bring it inside because once the monkeys find out that you are leaving stuff out there, word gets out. They spread the word quick. They do a little
to everybody to let them know.
They tell them all. They're like, so I go, got it. I heard the rules loud and clear. So we're there. The first day we're there, I'm surprising my wife with a birthday cake. And I decide it would be fun if...
To leave it outside.
Well, I didn't...
no, you left a whole birthday cake outside?
I didn't realize how quick the monkeys work. So I put the birthday cake on the balcony, and then I closed all the curtains, and then I said I'm going to I'm going to bring her back, and then I'm going to open the curtains, and I'm going to say, hey, happy birthday. You didn't think I could do anything. Look what I did. And so I walk into the room. I'm all excited for this big surprise. I say, close your eyes. I open the curtains. It's dark now. She steps out. She steps out right into a giant pile of monkey crap. That's the first thing she does. And then she goes, what's that? It smells terrible. And I said, I promise you it wasn't me, because she assumes it's always me. Then she opens I turn the lights on. The cake has been completely eaten by the monkeys.
It's gone?
Gone. There's like a part of a candle left. They even ate part of the candle.
God, I am always so impressed with monkeys. They can do that so fast.
And there's pieces of cake all over the place and pieces of monkey crap all over the place now,
and you know what's going to happen with that cake. It's going to trigger so much more monkey crap.
Oh, yeah. They're all like lactose intolerant or something.
Yeah, dude. It's going to be monkey diarrhea all day.
So I said to her, I swear to you, 5 minutes ago, this was beautiful. It
seems like this is all just working out for your greatest excuses.
Yeah.
I swear there was a cake here.
I got to call down room service again. I know. The minibar... I was going to say that one for tomorrow. The Pringles, that one's going to be me for tomorrow. But the cake
I really
gone.
did do.
And so now, word gets out. This is day one. So now the monkeys have realized that we are suckers, and we don't play by the rules. And for the remaining 3 days we were there.
Oh, they were hovering.
Every single day, we'd wake up, and it was almost like poetic. It was just loads of monkey crap. And I had
do they clean any of that?
You have a person you can call. And I feel bad about it.
Monkey crap person?
It's a button on the phone. You push the monkey crap button on the phone.
What does that visual look like on the button?
It's like the emoji of the poop emoji. And the guy comes and he goes, yeah, he's like, this is more than normal.
Wow.
And I go, yeah, well, they ate a cake. He goes, a whole cake? I said, yeah, it was a big cake.
Yeah, well, and if you get drunk and crap yourself, then you could also blame it on a monkey.
Yeah, so then second thought I had, Allie, is if I ever crap it all. But it was the best is, when you stay like with, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, there's always the issue of one bathroom, right? You can't hide your own. I had a built-in excuse for any bad smell the entire time. I just said, it must be the monkeys.
It's definitely the monkeys, dude.
I tried that last night at home back in the valley.
Must have brought one home with us. I don't know. It's the monkeys.
I can't contain. So that was, but other than that, though, great. Great to get away.
I was actually impressed because I saw your Instagram and I saw in the stories one of the actual craps, and I was pretty impressed that that was made by a monkey. And I think even guys can appreciate other animal species craps.
It was incredible.
It was like, wow, that was solid.
And by the way, I only posted one, but like I took pictures of quite a few. And at one point, she says to me, "You've taken more pictures of monkey crap than you have of us on the strip." And I'm like, yes, that's
so then
right.
you post a little cheers one afterwards.
Let's just quickly get together
balance out
for
the
a
monkey
cheers.
crap picture.
Quick break. Back with more show, believe it or not, next on KROQ.
Klein. Alley. Show. KROQ. Klein Alley Show. KROQ.
There's no place like the Hollywood Bowl.
KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. Tickets for you to go to the Kings. Playoff tickets can be yours, and all you got to do is play a little game with us. Call Johnny Doesn't Know.
Johnny doesn't know.
And I was like, okay.
Oh, Johnny doesn't know.
I didn't know Vegas was like in Nevada for like a while.
Johnny doesn't know. Johnny doesn't know.
Gelato sounds like Jello.
Johnny doesn't know.
It like goes wiggles.
You got the LA Kings playoff battle against the Edmonton Oilers on Monday, and we've got your tickets to get into that game right now with some Johnny Doesn't Know. If you predict correctly, Allie will write your name down, and one of you will win the tickets to the game. Johnny, you having fun this morning?
It's a great time, dude. It's like a circus back there. It's like Chuck E. Cheese all over again.
All right, wonderful. Is that because Vanessa was the rat at Chuck E. Cheese?
Vanessa's the rat. We got kids.
She's going to come out of retirement and put on a rat costume?
Oh, yeah.
My kids would be starstruck if they knew she was the Chuck E. Cheese rat.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
they love Chuck E. Cheese?
That would be like a celebrity for
Don't
them.
ruin the surprise for them, though.
That's okay. They know it's a tiny Colombian woman inside.
Stop it.
Hey, let's say hi to Daniel in Los Angeles. Good morning, Daniel.
Good morning. Shout out to the Net Bangers.
All right, Net Bangers, thanks for watching the show as it continues to chug along on YouTube. You can find us there. You can see Allie modeling the brand new Klein Alley Show diaper for Coachella.
Yeah, I had to take it off for a little bit.
All sorts of stuff that happened. Let's get to the first question for Johnny Doesn't Know. All things Kings related, because Kings tickets are up for grabs. Will Johnny know the answer to this question? What are the 4 suits of Kings in a deck of cards? Will Johnny know this, yes or no?
I'm just going to go no by default.
All right.
It's good default.
When in doubt, no is the answer. Johnny, in a deck of playing cards, what are the 4 suits of Kings? He says you will not know. Do you know? Wow, you look so shocked.
Well, I'm thinking because I think you're going to try to like trick me again and be like, but I'm thinking in my head, like, what type of suits do they wear? Like, is it like, there's a king and a queen, but like, what type of suit? Like, if they have the ruffle collar thingy around their neck?
You're going the right. Yeah, you're definitely moving in the right direction.
Mm-hmm. Keep going. You're on the right track.
I'm definitely not in the right direction then if you're saying, yeah, I'm in the right direction.
Johnny's getting smarter.
There. All right, so the first suit is ruffle. What are the 4 suits of Kings in a deck of cards? That is the question. He said you won't know. Joker. Okay,
Joker.
That's 1.
He's not a king, though, but Joker's like in the court world.
Yep.
Queen.
That's 2.
No, that's 3. Joker, king, queen.
Okay, you're right. Sorry about that. That's 3.
Yeah. And the ace.
And the ace. That's your
You
answer.
named 4 cards.
Yeah, what were they wearing? I don't know what the queen was wearing. Probably like a dress.
Talk more about the suits.
Okay, so like the king's wearing like the ruffle thingy. The queen's also wearing the ruffle thingy around her neck. But then back then, though, they both wore that because it was like ambidextrous to wear that. So they could both wear it.
Well, that is also wrong.
Do you know what the word ambidextrous means, Johnny?
Left-handed and right-handed, yeah. But in this case...
Johnny, let me backtrack here. You're so far off. By the way,
you said it was close.
Daniel, congratulations. You got that right. Johnny, have you heard about when people say the term suits of the cards have suits?
I don't play cards or gamble or anything. I don't know this world.
Okay. All right.
What is it, though?
You've ever heard of like diamonds, king of diamonds?
Spades.
There you go.
There you go.
You got any other ones?
Joker.
Nope.
No.
Queen.
All right, Daniel, hold on.
Queen. You're just going back to the Same answer.
It was right before.
Johnny, King.
Everything made more sense when your kids were in here. How is that possible?
It's crazy. I know. Johnny's not my kid, by the way, if you're just joining us.
Wow.
Johnny, diamonds, clubs, spades, and
cards.
I don't know. All right, forget
Hearts.
it.
Hearts.
Fine.
Oh, hearts.
Let's say hi to Will, Costa Mesa.
Club of Hearts. Okay.
Nope, also wrong.
Wait, what?
Will?
Club of
welcome,
Hearts.
welcome to KROQ. Good morning.
What's up, Klein and Allie?
Hi.
Would you call this an educational show
Sweet
today?
Dibbits.
Sweet Dibbits. All right, the questions are all things about kings. Up for grabs, tickets to see the kings. All you got to do is predict, will Johnny know or not know? This one's dangerous. King Arthur became king after he pulled a what out of a what? Will Johnny know this?
Oh, wow.
No.
Do you know this, Will? Don't say it, but do you know this?
I do.
Okay, I just want to make sure these questions are not impossible. Johnny,
This
King
is
Arthur.
probably the most famous king story.
I
of all
would
time.
think so too, but Ali, I second guess everything here. Johnny, King Arthur became king after pulling a what out of a what? He says you will not know.
Is it like at Disneyland? Like in Fantasyland? Like in Disneyland, they have that one photo op place where you can pull the little
interesting.
sword
Out of the what?
out of the rock. You can pull the sword out of the rock.
Wow.
Right?
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
Are you looking at me for validation?
Will.
I was waiting for you to say something.
Will in Costa Mesa, I'm sorry. You said Johnny wouldn't know. And the sword out of the stone.
Stone, yeah. The sword
that is
stone.
the sword out of the rock. We will accept that as the right answer, even though he didn't know. But still, and interesting how he gave us that. But he
I
got
got it right, yeah. Let's
You
go.
kind of backed into it just with Disneyland experience, which is interesting. I wasn't
Oh, yeah.
expecting that.
Say hi to Alvin and give him a shot as well. It's Johnny Doesn't Know All Things Kings. Tickets up for grabs to go see the Kings playing hockey on Monday. Playoff Kings hockey. Johnny, here we go. Johnny, this is a Burger King question. Another king.
Yes.
If a Whopper weighs a quarter pound, how many Whoppers would you need to eat a pound of burger? Will Johnny know this? Yes or no?
I have no faith in him. I'm going to say no.
All right, Johnny. If a Whopper weighs a quarter pound, how many Whoppers would you need to eat a pound of burger?
Allison, hand me my paper and pen.
Oh, boy. He's
Gotta draw some burgers.
I got to
There you
draw
go.
the burger actually
Draw
first.
some burgers. This is not a joke. You can watch this happen live. If you want to see a man's head look like it's on the verge of exploding, you can check out YouTube right now. Johnny's attempting.
Wait, what burger though?
You've drawn one burger.
It is let's just
Whopper.
call it a Whopper because it's Burger King.
Those are pretty big actually too.
But
He
I've
told you how
the
much.
weight.
Oh wait, how much was it?
Quarter pound.
A quarter pound, yeah.
You don't need to draw those tomatoes.
But wait,
That's better with tomatoes.
yeah, cheese or no cheese?
Have it your way.
Vanessa's yelling in my ear that we are way behind on time, so you need an answer kind of quickly. How many quarter pound hamburgers from Burger King would you have to eat 1 pound of burger? He says you will not know.
A quarter of a pound. Because it's a quarter of a pound. But that's even at McDonald's though. That's not at Burger King. Quarter pound. How much is a quarter pound of a quarter pound burger?
No.
Is a quart.
How
How
many?
many is a pound?
How many would you have to eat to get to a pound?
Oh, 4?
Wow!
4 cheeseburgers.
Alvin, you should. I mean, listen. He looks
There
confused.
you go. I love it.
He drew it, and that means only one person was successful in this edition of Johnny Doesn't Know. Daniel.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
You're
Woo!
going to go see the Kings play hockey on Monday.
Nice.
Get excited. And
Go Kings,
thank
go.
you. Quick break. More show after
Thank
this.
you.
two of the official Klein Alley Show Tiny Towels. This is the original Vanessa Tiny Towel. Look at that thing, Allie. It's beautiful.
I've been using it when I go to the gym. It's a very reliable towel.
This is the new and improved full show Tiny Towel. That was Vanessa's deal. She would only allow us to put her image on these tiny towels if we also made one that had the whole show on it.
Yeah,
so,
and that's the only one. All the other ones are Vanessa.
We've got one entire show and 6,000 little Vanessa Tiny Towels. We'd love to give one away, and we'll do that the second we're done with this, your ADD News. It's a great towel for sweating and other PG fluids only, although I think I speak on behalf of this entire show. If you use the show towel with the one that has all of us on it,
splooge all over us. I don't care.
Yeah, turn this thing into a giant jizz
No,
we don't care.
We don't have values.
But as far as the Vanessa one, PG fluids only, blood is acceptable.
I love imagining somebody having to switch.
If you get
and I'm sweating. Okay, hold on. I got to switch towels because I'm actually now do self-pleasuring.
But this one here that's got all of us on it, this tiny towel is great. If you're a golfer, a gardener, you sweat, maybe you just want to go to the beach and reserve a little bit, just a little plot of land for you.
Yeah, or as you said a couple weeks ago, Klein, the
smallest little piece of beach just for you. That's what do it.
If you're a nudist and you want to have that little towel that you put down on a chair before you sit down.
Oh, please! If there's any nudists that listen to the show, we will put you through right away.
Put your taint on us.
You need to have these tiny towels. That is number one rule of being a nudist. Let's get to your news now. Then we give you the tiny towels next.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
Obviously, it's been a very rough week in Texas. They continue to search for missing people after that huge flood that has already killed over 100 people. Super sad to read about some of the campers and camp counselors that died at Camp Mystic. There's still 160 people that are missing that they're searching for. And of course, as the days go on, they are less and less hopeful that they'll find any of them alive. And during the aftermath of any big natural disaster, they like to take a look and see how much is this going to cost us to fix. And they have the numbers. The number for the floods is $18 to $20 billion. And I guess that adds to the general total of U.S. flood costs, and that is $200 billion. But for reference, the LA fires were about $164 billion just by themselves. So fires, floods are terrible too, but I think rebuilding stuff after fires is way more complicated.
This one, it's weird how not all disasters can be, they're all terrible, but they weigh differently. And this one, because just hearing the stories, the camp.
I think because it was a summer camp, and a lot of people who have been to summer camp, or I was a camp counselor for a while, know like how much happiness takes place at those, and how everyone's just, let's make ice cream, let's go relay race. Like it's just the happiest, simplest fun.
Yeah.
And to have that happen.
So brutally sad, and it's just tough because it feels like emotionally now. I've got obviously my own stuff I've been going through, but it just feels like as a society we just can't. It'd be nice to have like a week where we just like, it's a nice week. Only Diddy was on trial. Like that was the only news this week was Diddy, and then like,
well, and even he got off pretty much.
Yeah,
it was like, oh well, that sucks. That guy's a huge douchebag, and he's not really probably going to do much prison time.
If it was like 1 week of without anything really tragic happening, that'd be great.
Just maybe one less natural disaster.
Give us 1 week.
Yeah. All right, we are in another heat wave, which means that you'll see more baby in a hot car stories enter your feed, which is also terrible and sad. But the good news is that I guess today is going to be the shortest day in history. So that hot-ass day is going to be even shorter, even though summer is kind of known for its longer days. The Earth, I guess, is spinning a little faster as a result of the moon. So they adjusted the clock, and the typical 24-hour day is going to be 1.3 to 1.6 milliseconds less than any other day. Just like we have a doomsday clock, they have a typical 24-hour clock, and they have added their first doomsday second to the clock. So, or I guess they've taken away a doomsday second. So today is the shortest day in recorded history.
Great, I have so much to do today, too.
July 22nd. Now you have 1.3 seconds milliseconds left.
This is why we felt today was a very important day to get Moist Joyce back in the streets for the shortest day of summer.
Yeah, when it gets hot, you really got to watch out for Moist Joyce.
Yeah, she's back in the streets smelling pits to make sure that Southern California smells as good as it possibly can during these heat waves.
July 22nd and August 5th are also going to be shorter days this summer. All right, and after years of maximalists when it comes to bartenders and making complicated fancy drinks, it seems we're seeing an opposite trend take place where bartenders are going for this minimalism trend, and that means that garnishes, citrus garnishes, are going away, which kind of bums me out because I'm one of the few people that actually uses those.
I thought those were all fecal. They did some tests, and it was one of those like Inside Edition stories where every time you had a lime or a lemon slice in your drink, it was like covered in fecal.
That's what I like about it. That's the twist.
That's what Ali always orders her favorite, fecal vodka.
Can I get a poo twist?
Yeah.
And I want the rind. Really scrape the fecal off the outside.
Maximize this fecal if you could.
Well, when I was bartending, those lime wedges, I mean, we would just...
Oh, of course.
At the end of the day, you're just putting them in a bag, seal the bag, and then in the morning you take it out, put it back in that little
They
bin.
never go bad.
Those things were never fresh.
They never go. They finally get to a point where they dry out completely, and then they become even more artisanal somehow.
Yeah, and then even when they had that little brown crap on the outside of the lime, I was like, yep, they won't notice. I'll just squeeze that right in the drink.
Just go ahead and throw that in there. Well, there you have it. So you're not getting any of that. I appreciate it. If you've ever been the person waiting behind someone who orders like one of those fancy drinks or one of those, especially now that people aren't drinking as much booze, what they've tried to do, the bartenders, is they go, we still want you to know that we have a value. So we're not going to use any booze, but we're going to spend 45 minutes muddling a raspberry.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot of fanfare. It's become like Benihana. It's like, all right, what would you do? And then I'm shaking cinnamon on top of it, and I'm shaving that on top, and then sometimes they have egg whites on it. Like, it's a lot of fanfare to make up for the fact that they're not giving you as much alcohol. And that's why I just get regular vodka soda.
That's a mocktail, you see what we've done here? Hey, if you'd like a tiny towel, you can pick. You want the entire show, very limited edition tiny towel. This is what it looks like here. Or just a Vanessa, a classic OG or an OG Vanessa tiny towel. Call now. We'll give it away next, Kara.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Oh yeah, Wednesday morning. Good morning. Klein Alley Show KROQ. Back in your ear holes where we belong, or perhaps checking us out as we're streaming also on YouTube right now. Find us there. Search KROQ and subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm Klein. That's Allie.
Morning.
Usually I'd say there's DJ Omar Khan off this week, so you got Jake the Nerd back there?
OG audio sniper.
Not really. Then there's Postmaster Johnny taking the calls, 800-520-1067. And the inspiration for the tiny towel, Vanessa, she said that this was an unsung hero. We've all used a tiny towel before when we had no other option. And she was referring to after the shower, but our listeners took it in a totally different direction, and now we've got a box full of thousands of these tiny towels that have been printed. So it's really unbelievable. I can't believe we get to give one away right now. And let's say hi to hey Sarah. What is your reason for needing a tiny towel? And do you want the Vanessa one or the full show one?
Hey, good morning, Sweet Dibs.
Sweet Dibs.
I would like the show one, and I need it to clean my giant TV.
All right, that's as good as yours. She wants the full show towel. That's one of all of us, a tiny towel, but we're all on there. Congratulations.
That is a specific type of towel, though, to clean your TV with.
Got to have that dust towel.
Yeah, but if it's not a proper dust towel, doesn't it get all scratchy all over it?
Ruins your TV real quick.
So we might ruin your TV.
Ours will probably ruin your TV. David, why did you want a tiny towel?
Well, right now, me and my girl, we're having a rough patch, and I need the show towel because I want to jizz all over that.
All right, hold on one second. Let's get that guy one as well.
Equally enticing.
Appreciate the honesty. We'll say that at the very least. As always, this is a super interactive show. We share way too much about ourselves, and you share way too much about yourself.
Sweet Dibs, Klein and Alley. Fine, man. Hey, just know that, we love you, man. We hope you're doing good or better than last time. I know, pretty rough time right now for you, but just know that you got the support of all the net bangers, all the fans, all the listeners, everybody.
Thank you.
We love you, man. Hopefully you take care of yourself.
I appreciate all. There's been a lot of kind words sent in my general direction, and it's always great to be together here doing the show because it's a good escape for all of us. So we continue with that after Weezer on KROQ. Yeah, that's not the first time we're going to hear from Weezer this morning because they did a song with Yo Gabba Gabba, who will be joining us in studio next hour. And this was what Weezer sounded like when they performed with Yo Gabba Gabba.
I have a friend and it's an earthworm. It burrows underground deep within the soil. Sometimes when it rains, it comes out and we talk about our day.
Rivers Cuomo, smart guy, Harvard educated right there, is able to sing about the earthworm, and one of the many KROQ bands that have performed with Yo Gabba Gabba, not just one Coachella appearance recently, but actually one of the repeat Coachella bands. Did it in 2010 and then returned again in 2025. And Yo Gabba Gabba will be in the KROQ studios later this morning.
Yeah, I thought that Vanessa, when she told us about this, it was just something that she loved.
That's what I thought.
I was like, oh, cool, yeah, and then what's next, Miss Rachel? But this is actually, it is relevant because there are a lot of K-Rock artists that have collabed with them, and they were probably the biggest entourage I saw at Coachella.
And by the way, since Vanessa's taken over the booking, we do have Yo Gabba Gabba. Blippi will be in tomorrow. Miss Rachel will stop by. That kid that opens up the toys will be in here.
Russian girls?
The Russian girls will be in here yelling at their dolls. It's a whole week of, she's planned the whole show. It's going to be great. If I were to tell you someone on this show attempted to hitchhike in the last week, who would you guess? Who would you guess is the most hitchhiker-like on the show?
Well, I have to think about who has the biggest car problem, and I would say that would be Jake. But also, I could see Johnny hitchhiking because he just thinks it's like old school and fun.
Yeah, retro hitchhiking because he saw like a cool video.
And even if he was like servicing a trucker, he'd be like, "This is so funny."
Yeah, to me, and I know Allie, you have hitchhiked before. That's when you met Vinny, the guy with the van that saved you and your wife when you guys were stranded.
Yeah, I took a chance on a guy in a van.
And that's always interesting because hitchhiking stories usually go one of two extreme ways, and one of them is not good at all. The other one is like, actually, guy ended up being super great, and now we're dating.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, when they see a sketchy van, they are curious as to what's inside. And once I got in there, I was like, oh, it's nice in here. A little bed. He's got a little hanger for all of his shirts. He's got a real setup in there.
All of his skin suits can hang right there.
Exactly. There's enough space for a body to go there.
I was not surprised at all when I heard that the person that attempted to go hitchhiking was Jake, because Jake looks
like a hitchhiker.
Every hitchhiker I've ever driven by.
What are you talking about? I look like that.
You're wearing like a hitchhiker backpack at all times.
You literally.
That's a dog backpack.
If I were to say to someone listening right now, sketch in your mind or on paper what you believe a hitchhiker looks like, it would probably be an absolute, almost perfect one-to-one rendering of you, a picture of you.
A guy in a band shirt that nobody's ever heard of.
Right. Or guy,
looks kind of dirty.
Sleeveless guy, jean cutoffs. Right. Looks like he could be dirty. Scruffy. Also has that kind of that face where you can't tell if you like him or he's going to kill you. You're
Cut off jean shorts.
Yeah, you're all those things, Jake. Like, that's why I'm not surprised that you're the guy that ended up hitchhiking. But what was the reason?
Well, the reason was because I floated my river and I didn't have anyone to go with me, so I had to
find a sad person on the side of the road.
Yeah. So I dropped my car off and then I walked down to the trail. I floated the river, but then when I got done, I had to walk back up to where my car was.
How many miles?
2 miles away.
2 miles?
Over 2 miles.
2 miles is not hitchhiking length.
No, I walked out from the airport to my car.
Yeah, Allie parks 2 miles from LAX.
It's
a great deal. $8 a day.
Just by fast.
Hill, and it's a long 2 miles, especially in river shoes, because I'm not like wearing normal clothes.
It's a long 2 miles, especially in river shoes. I want you to think about that statement.
River shoes.
That's the guy in the show who's hitchhiking, everyone, if you're paying attention. That's the hitchhiking guy.
River shoes, board shorts, and goggles. That's all I have.
Right.
Oh, man, I would have not picked you up. I would have been like, I am 100% getting murdered.
But it's obvious what I'm doing.
Here's a sentence that no one's ever said. Who'd you have sex with last night? The guy in river shoes.
Yeah. He said he just walked a long 2 miles.
You guys want to bang that guy in river shoes?
So, did you do the traditional, you stuck your thumb out?
Yeah, I stuck my thumb out, and it was obvious what I'm doing, because it's like in a community where like the only thing to do there is to float the river, and most of the people, it's like out in the middle of the country, so most people who are driving by me are trucks. I just let me hike in the back of your truck.
Did any of them slow down to humor you and then speed off?
No, they actually gave me like a wide berth and like got in the other lane to pass me.
Oh, they moved. They want to get your stank on their car driving by.
Further away.
I can smell that guy from here. I better go over. This onion truck.
Like facing them. First, I just did it with my thumb out, like, walking away, and then I would turn to face them. Maybe they would give me some sympathy. They saw my sad face, and it still didn't work.
You think that's a better approach for trying to be picked up while hitchhiking is the walk while thumb out? You don't let the stationary stand still, which kind of says I don't even have another.
Yeah, I'm just going to stand and wait for somebody to pick me up versus I'm going to kind of work for it.
Yeah, it almost feels
I feel like you got to kind of
and walking backwards is hard.
Yeah, walking backwards,
with your thumb out.
Right.
You just stop. I stop. I kind of smile or try to look sad, or I tried a whole bunch of different things and nothing worked.
You got to have a cool sign.
Yeah, but I don't have a sign. I can't bring a sign with me on the river.
You didn't have your dog with you either, right?
That's the one time I leave her. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the one thing.
Oh my God, she was probably so happy.
Oh, that dog, hero of the day. So you, how many cars, just out of curiosity, passed you and did not stop and pick you up?
Well, it wasn't like a bunch because, like I said, it's a rural road, but it's at least 20, 25 cars.
Wow.
Yes. I actually, when I was on my road trip over the break, I did pass a couple of hitchhikers, and we did talk about picking them up, but we had no room in our car because we had so much lesbian cargo. It was just we weren't able to fit them. But they looked like they were just a couple of people backpacking, having a great time. They looked fun. I think they even did have a sign saying,
won't kill you.
Yeah, or we'll ride for weed, or something funny, and you're like, oh, these are cool people. We were going to pick them up, we just didn't have space. But if I had seen just a downtrodden Jake on the side, just trying to look sad, but a loner.
Are you holding your raft with you, Jake?
I would have been like,
I dished my tube at this bridge where I got out. But anyway, I mean, 2.5 miles, holding a tube too. This is far.
That's funny. I would have picked you up.
Yeah, that's just for jokes alone.
Yeah,
I picked up this weirdo in river shoes with a tube.
It's a harder pickup because then you need room for my tube too.
So you can't deflate the tube?
No, you can't. It would take way too long to deflate it. It's just easier to ditch it, walk, and get a ride to my car, and then come back and get it.
I guess after hearing the story, I'm not surprised that 25 cars decided to drive by you.
Well, I wasn't at 50.
I think we could recreate this entire thing right now and put you on the 405.
Dude,
but really increase the number of cars that drive by you.
I'm interested, though, if Jake was to hitchhike here in Southern California, to work, if he were to just, instead of getting in his car in the morning, put his thumb out and see if he could get here. You don't think he could?
At that time of morning, there's no one driving.
Yeah, I mean, zero chance. It doesn't matter time of day. Jake, I'll give you any time of day. This is the bet, serious bet, and you can't post about it and get a listener. If you just pick any time of day that you want to try to hitchhike from this radio station back to your house, which is only 4 miles away, I don't think you're going to be able to do it.
Well, especially on Wilshire. I don't think anyone's going to stop for you there.
No one stop. What's the upside? The downside, there's so many downsides.
I think we just have to hop on a Waymo.
Right. What is the upside? I mean, the upside is there's really...
Good karma.
I guess. I guess the upside is karma. I understand the upside for Jake, but I'm saying for a regular person, what is the upside? My car stinks forever?
Well, and usually...
That's the upside?
Forever.
And usually it's not as convenient as you think it's going to be because you're a person who's just trying to get home. You're trying to get to wherever you're going, right? And if you're getting somebody new in the car, you're like, where are you headed? And they're like, well, I'm trying to get to Pasadena. And you're like, well, I'm not. So what are we going to do? I'm not going to go out of my way to drop you off in Pasadena.
Jake, if you'd like to take the Hitchhiker Challenge and see if in the year 2025 you can successfully hitch a ride from the radio station one day back to Burbank.
I don't want to try to do that because even then I still lose. I still have to get an Uber back to get my car.
That's right.
And again, there's no upside.
There's no upside.
On either side.
How about if I just try to hitchhike somewhere and see if someone will pick me up somewhere and just drive me to wherever?
Like to try and get to a show of one of your weird concerts.
That's fine. Just let me know what it is ahead of time so we can get the bet going. And I would like to believe it will not happen.
All right.
All right, that's Jake. If you see a weird guy wearing river shoes, please do not stop. I've got money up.
That's the other caveat is you have to be in the river shoes.
You have to wear the river shoes.
I can. Those are up in Washington.
Okay, great. Get your river shoes.
KROQ World Trip USA. Your favorite KROQ bands and destinations all across the country. Stop 1. Ride a roller coaster at Busch Gardens. Make friends with an alligator. Fall in love with a Cuban sandwich when you see 21 Pilots in Tampa, Florida. Qualify all week and you'll instantly win tickets to their show at BMO Stadium October 26th.
We're 21 Pilots and we don't approve of that.
Yeah, but KROQ does.
Then you could be off to Florida for round 2.
I didn't understand anything you said.
Because nothing says summer like music, humidity, pirate parades, and a lizard watching you eat lunch. Courtesy of Live Nation and Atlantic Records.
The world famous KROQ.
It is hot outside. The heat wave is officially here, and as a result, we are going to make it super hot inside as well. We've had broken air conditioning pretty much all week at KROQ, and we've decided how can we make this working experience even more uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. We figured it out.
We brought Jake the Nerd in the studio, and
Right.
that's how we did it. And there he is.
Hi.
Jake the
Thank you.
Nerd,
Hi, Jake.
everyone.
Hi.
Usually he's only in here to jump on a scale, but in this particular case, he's in here because we have a ton of chicken. The studio smells great. Thank you. That is the sweet smell of Roscoe's Fried Chicken. And then we have a bunch of hot sauces from the Hot Ones Challenge kit.
I
So
want no part of this.
I know you don't, but the more you fight it, the more people are going to want to call in and ask you questions because you have an opportunity now to call us at 800-520-1067. You can ask any of us any question you want. We will answer the question, and just like on the show, before we answer the question, we will take a hot sauce of your choosing. You will give us a random number, 1 through 10. We've rearranged the order. We don't know which one is going to be the hottest with the over 2 million Scoville units, the hottest hot sauce in the world, a record-holding hot sauce from the Guinness record, or it could be this one at the very top that's hardly any heat at all, Señor Lechuga. A mild sauce with garlic and avocado hints, flavor, rich and dreamy.
Oh.
That is not how the hottest one is described. And then there's a ton of other ones in the middle, like Pico Peppers and Butterfly Bakery, a Da Bomb, Queen Majesty, which is Sicilian scorpion sauce. I mean, some of these are very hot. They will probably hurt our tongues. If we touch our eyes later, we may go blind, and we should not. We should all make an agreement that we will not masturbate for 48 to 72 hours.
Oh, well, I think you're the one that really has to make that promise.
I'm
I
making
think
that
we're all
promise
fine.
to myself. I'm saying it out loud. If you'd like to join us and be a part of the Hot Ones Challenge, now you can watch us. We're streaming live on YouTube. We're also going to do this on the radio. But now would be a good time for you to call us, 800-520-1067. If you have a question, you just got to say who the question is directed to. We're all eligible. So even though the chicken sits in front of me and Allie and Jake right now, if you have a question you want Vanessa to answer, she will come in here, grab a piece of chicken, put whatever hot sauce you mention on that hot sauce, eat it, and then answer the question.
Do you think this little vial of syrup, which is probably delicious,
Yes, it's great.
would cancel out the hot sauce?
No, for some reason, milk is the only thing that seems to work. Everything else that should work makes it hotter. Like water just makes the hot sauce hotter. And
Can I pour this on top of the hot sauce, though, when I eat it? Or do I have to do only hot sauce on the chicken
think
wing?
just hot sauce.
I think you gotta do hot sauce and then chase it with that.
Yeah, you could. If you want to do a shot of syrup to chase it, you can.
All
but
right.
understand that for whatever reason, I don't know if it's the viscosity or whatever, it could make the hot sauce work a lot harder.
The viscosity?
That's what they say about
Good
like
word, dude.
water. Water, for some reason, it spreads the hot sauce around.
Yeah,
it makes
yeah.
it worse.
I have made that mistake many times.
So
I didn't realize we can't even pick the number. Because there was a couple numbers, I'm like, I think I recognize that bottle as being a mild one.
No, we can't pick. The person who asked the question will give you we'll decide who is the question directed at, and then give us a number 1 through 10. And that person will crack open the bottle, pour it on the chicken, answer the question, and then we can officially begin. What's wrong, Jake?
Well, I mean, I shouldn't be doing this.
Why do you say that?
Because I have a condition that they don't know why it's caused, but my history of eating spicy food, because I used to really love spicy food, probably helped cause what I have today. And so it's not good.
Oh, so the spicy food that you ate your entire life was why you believe you have irritable bowels or whatever?
It was like the
It's
spider
very
bite for
possible.
Spider-Man.
It's very possible. Yeah.
The cause is also your kryptonite.
Yeah.
Wow. Ironic.
Aww.
All right. Well, this
Well,
is
maybe the people will go easy on him.
Yeah, maybe they will. And by the way, we don't know the order because we could end up lucking out here. We're not going to do 10
You
questions.
guys, I'm very boring.
Okay.
You don't even ask me any questions.
Same.
Let's go ahead and say hi. We're going to make our way up and down these phones right now. And once again, it doesn't matter what the questions are, we will be forced to answer. You will get brutal honesty like we always give you here on KROQ. So any question, it could be about the show, it could be about our personal lives, it could just be a question about life in general. 800-520-1067.
It can be a question about life in general?
If that's their question, we'll start with Angel. Angel, who would you like to direct this question at?
To Jake the Nerd.
Oh, come on, dude.
Okay, right out of the gate.
Come on.
Poor Jake. All right.
Are they listing who they're picking on the screen?
No, I don't know who they're picking. I don't know I don't even know what the questions are.
Whatever, dude.
Before you ask the question, give us a number 1 through 10. That'll be the first hot sauce out of the gate.
Number 5.
All right, Jake, grab bottle number 5. You can reveal to everyone exactly which hot sauce that is because we don't know. They've all been randomly hidden. You can see
So
this.
take the thing off?
You can take the thing off. This is on YouTube. What is hot sauce number 5? This is the one he has selected for you at random.
Karma sauce. Lift off.
Oh,
That sounds easy.
Not bad, dude. You lucked out. Only 5,600 Scoville units. It's got lemongrass flavor. Mild chili.
Lemongrass.
This is
That's
nothing.
a cakewalk.
Yeah, you're very lucky, Jake.
It has to actually say a hot sauce on the bottom.
Yeah,
because you might not.
A hot sauce.
Put it. Go ahead. Open that up. Pick a piece of chicken. And what is your question for Jake?
How many times has he masturbated within the last month?
All right, Jake, go ahead. Take a big bite of your chicken now.
Countless.
You poured a lot.
That's a lot.
On there. Oh my gosh, Jake!
Jake is digging
you didn't
in
need
right
to put
now.
That much, man.
No, but that one's nothing. That's not hardly anything. I know Jake's got a condition, but Jake, go ahead and answer the man's question, please.
Dude, that's the mild one. That's got some kick to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
If that's in the middle.
That's not in the middle. They claim that's the second easiest one on the list.
Oh, dude, you guys, this is going to be death.
Really?
Yeah, this has some serious kick to it.
Can you taste? So you're saying you can't taste the lemongrass?
It tastes like death.
Jake, answer the man's question.
Probably 20, maybe. I don't know.
So many in the last month.
You've self-pleasured.
There's like 30 days in a month.
You've self-pleasured 20 times in the last month?
I don't have a girlfriend.
Okay, wow. Pull that clip. All right, hold on, Angel. Thank you for participating.
So mad.
It really did.
Is that what you say to yourself while it's happening?
That's his morning affirmation in the mirror.
That's my kink.
Yeah, you're nothing.
Jake, how was that? You're sweating.
Dude, it's hot.
You're sweating a little bit.
I can't believe this is only second.
Yeah, it's that's so
maybe
low.
because I put so much, but goddamn, man.
You did put a lot on there.
So
it seemed unnecessary.
So low on the list. All right, well, one down. Keep in mind, you can ask these questions to anyone on the show. Jake, Johnny, Vanessa, DJ Omar Khan. You can go with Allie or you go with me, and all you have to do is give us a question and a number 1 through 10. Jake said 5 was painful.
Oh, my God.
And it was the second mildest in the list.
All right. Let me say hi to, next one out of the gate is, let's see, Edgar, you have a question for someone on the show. Who's your question to? We'll start with that. Sweet Dibbits.
Sweet Dibbits for Jake.
Dude, this is rigged. Forget that. No.
What number?
What number? Number 3.
Okay.
No!
All right, Jake.
Hold on, hold on. He's got to open his hot
Now, just
sauce.
hold on. Take a minute and think of your question.
Think of your question. Jake got selected again. That's crazy.
This is rigged, dude. No.
It's not rigged.
It's totally rigged.
Dude, you could ask this question to anyone. Did they tell you to ask a question to Jake, or did you call for that, Edgar?
No. I called specifically for Jake.
Yes, and then they wrote on the thing, this guy's for Jake, and you're picking Jake callers.
If you had to pay for a $25 million wedding, what would you do? Well, you'd put a bunch of stuff on your website on sale and then have people go buy as much of it as they can so that you could pay off that very expensive wedding. And that's exactly why I believe they do the Amazon Prime. And we've got
It was
another.
just for Bezos' wedding.
Got to pay for that wedding. Yeah. So let's go ahead and drop the prices down on everything now. Well, Allie's turned it into a fun game for you to play right now called Prime Day Price is Right. These are actual things you could buy right now on Amazon. Some of them at deep discounts. Others just ridiculous things. I don't know if you have a theme for the Prime Day Prices Right?
Well, Contestants Row has its own thing going on, but for the, what do they call it? Price is Right, the prize package at the end. The showcase.
Showcase, showdown.
It is kind of a summer wedding theme.
Oh,
if you want to get your body
theme.
right, get everything ready for a great wedding. It is wedding season, so that's kind of the roundup that I got.
Like to play right now. All you got to do is get on the phone, 800-520-1067. Your chance to be a big fat winner in the Prime Day Price is Right. And just for joining us, we'll probably hook you up with one of these limited edition tiny towels. If you're waiting around for the big prize, like that trip to Tampa, you'll have a chance for that in about 30 minutes, plus tickets to see 21 Pilots at BMO Stadium. So, lots of things to give you starting now for the next 30 minutes on KROQ. But first, we welcome you to Prime Day Price is Right. The number is 800-520-1067. Allie will describe an item. No cheating, that's all we ask. And,
it's going to be hard to cheat with these items.
It will be very hard to cheat. Give me. I have not spent any time, Allie, and usually I'm a sucker for this. You know me. I'll like go there, and it's just like they say, don't go grocery shopping when you're hungry. You shouldn't just go over to Amazon if you don't have a real thing you need. Just to be like, just go ahead and browse around and see what's going on, because you will end up with a cart full of crap you probably didn't need, and then in 2 days it all shows up. You're like, I forgot I got all this stuff.
Yeah, I know, and I've been disappointed with myself because I didn't really plan ahead on this. You have to plan ahead. You have to be adding stuff to your cart in advance, and then when Prime Day happens, you see all the stuff in your cart go on sale, and that's when you buy. I didn't do that, so I just kept looking around on Amazon going, I must need something.
There must be something here.
But I didn't want to just buy crap just to buy it, and I ended up buying something so boring, like a kitchen faucet hose, and I was like, no.
But the algorithm has gotten so good that it knows that even if you thought about something in the last 6 months, or if you researched anything at all, they will figure out a way to make you remember, because it's almost like, oh, that's right, thank you, Amazon, for reminding me I needed that thing.
Right.
You're like, I didn't need that thing
It's
to
like
begin
based
with.
on your history, you're a sucker for this. But what about, I'm just going to give you an example, Klein. The Baby Grogu themed Echo Dot is on sale right now.
Those Echo Dots, they're basically giving those things away.
I know, and every year they just go more and more on sale, and especially these like specialty ones that are like
Echo Dot.
The Echo Dot is like a mini Alexa.
Yeah, it's like a speaker. You yap at it, yell at it, it tells you things. I remember it's funny because when the first Alexa came out with that tower, I got it for Allie for Christmas, and that thing cost me, I think, like $400.
What?
It was really expensive. It was the first generation one. It was the first one, and I was like, hey, you remember how we always talked about how cool it would be to have your own robot servant? This is as close as we have, and I got you that.
Now it's like throwing in a free boba. It's and then we'll throw in an
you
Alexa.
could have one of those. So I don't know, the Dot. I feel like they're always like $9.99 or some crazy low number.
Well, this one is normally, because it's a Baby Grogu Mandalorian themed one. It was normally $78, but it's on sale for $46.
That still seems too much. I feel like I can't figure it out. Let's go.
The Fire Stick is $17 this year.
Let's welcome our contestants. Allie's going to give you one item. You all get to place in a bid. Whoever's closest will get to move it on to the game to win the actual prize. We say hi to Colleen in Chatsworth. Welcome to the Prime Day prices right here at KROQ. Good morning, Colleen.
Hi, Sweet Dibs.
Sweet Dibs. We're going to go ahead and say good morning to Jeff, checking out the show in Little Bangladesh. Good morning, Jeff.
Meow, good morning.
Meow to you. And contestant number 3 is going to be Connor in Pasadena, California. Good morning, Connor.
Good morning.
All right, Allie, whenever you're ready, give us the item. Everyone will have an opportunity to lock in what they believe is the proper price. Whoever's the closest without going over will get to move on and play the game. And who knows, maybe just by listening, you'll say, I need that item on Amazon.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things that you don't need, like all the big screen TV deals. So I just put all those and threw them out, and I'm focusing now on these branded Bluey baked beans. A collab between Bluey and Bush.
How could you do that? We've got Jake. How could you try to take Jake and throw him under the bus?
These are other branded beans. They've come out with their own beans. Having watched the show Bluey, I don't know how this ties in with any episode at all, but keeping in mind that beans are always more expensive with a celebrity's face on them, how much do you think it is for a 12-pack of Bluey baked beans on sale today for Prime Day?
Colleen, it's a Prime Price is Right. This is a 12-pack of Bluey baked beans. What is your bid?
Bluey baked beans, 25, 30
cents.
Yes, $25.30.
$25.30.
Wow.
Jeff, Little Bangladesh, what is your bid?
My name, $1.
$1. He's going one already, and that puts Connor in a great position to steal this thing. Connor, what say you?
Ooh, I'm going to go with $8.79.
All right, Allie, who is the closest without going over for a 12-pack of Bluey baked beans?
I mean, it's an incredible price. It is on sale for 15% off, and I feel bad for Colleen because it's $25.
Oh, my God.
So you were off by 30 cents, which means that...
I should have done $9.99.
Yeah, so Connor, you, I believe, have won. The typical price for these beans is $30. $30 for 12 cans of beans.
Hey,
It's
Jake,
absurd, but you can get them for free on the
just
show.
out of curiosity, what do we charge for the Jake Shack beans? Aren't they free? Yeah, free beans. We don't even charge for these beans. That's amazing. All right. Well, listen, Connor, now it's when it gets exciting because now you've made your way to the actual pricing game. Allie's got 3 items that are all wedding-themed in honor of the most recent nuptials between the world's richest man, Jeff Bezos, and his wife, who used to party with DJ Omar Khan. And we've got wedding things you could get on Amazon. Put these in order from least expensive to most expensive and win the prize. Here we go.
All right, if you want to get in shape for your wedding, you can buy this dumbbell set. This is a dumbbell set that I actually paid full price for, and it's now on sale. It's a set of weights with a weight rack, 10s, 15s, 20s, and 25s. The Amazon driver will be very pissed off that you ordered this, but you'll be happy to use these.
Only goes up to 25?
25 pounds.
All right.
Yep. So it's a total of 150 pounds. You can use it for a month before you give it up and use it as a coat rack. Item number 2. Every wedding is not complete unless you have your very own photo booth. And this one is an inflatable photo booth.
You own your own photo booth.
Yes, and this is an inflatable portable photo booth that is 8 feet by 8 feet. It's enclosed, so you walk into it. It's got 16 different LED dimmable color lights, and you've got an inner air blower to get that, fan look when you take your selfies, and a remote control and a carrying bag.
Start your side hustle today with your own photo booth. And finally, item number 3.
I think we should just go with the greatest late night snack, which is the hot dog. And this is a hot dog Ferris wheel, a retro style hot dog roller cart coaster, a 6-piece grill machine with a bun warmer, a plush handle, wheels, transparent housing, and storage compartment. So put those in order.
Put in order. Least expensive to most expensive. If you are right in the order, you are the winner of the Prime Day Price is Right. We send you all sorts of good stuff here from KROQ. And once again, the items are a dumbbell set so you can get in shape for a wedding, all the way up to 150 pounds for total weight. You can get the photo booth, inflatable photo booth, and the Ferris wheel to bring hot dogs directly into your mouth. All right.
Oh, my God. I love hot dogs. So we are going to do hot dogs, the hot dog Ferris wheel, as item number 2.
Put it on the middle.
Yeah, right in the middle.
Good complicated way to do this.
Yeah, we're starting with 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The inflatable photo booth is going to be... I have a weird feeling that it's going to be the most expensive.
Okay.
And then the dumbbell set is going to be the least expensive.
Well, that would explain why we are such a fat country if a set of dumbbells costs less than a Ferris wheel for hot dogs.
And I'm sure more people are buying the hot dogs than the weights.
Shipping.
But Ferris wheel for hot dogs is something that I don't know how I've lived my life this long without having. I
mean, it looks like something you would buy.
Right.
I want to buy you this for Christmas.
Please get it.
All right, so we'll start with the weights. The weights are 21% off right now. They're regularly $189.99. They're on sale for $149.
$149. That's all you need to get in great shape. Get some ripped biceps for summer. Okay. $149. He has those in the middle.
Inflatable photo booth is only 5% off. It's regularly $200, on sale for $189.
So that is the high item, which he predicted it would be.
Right. So the question is the hot dog cart a little less than that?
It's got to be the cheapest.
It is regularly $269.99, on sale
Hold on. It's usually $269 for the hot dog? Whoa.
Okay.
Don't curse. I know. We're all thinking it.
Can you ride this thing?
Yeah. Are there kids on that, right?
Look at it.
Let me see that thing. Oh, my. You didn't even describe it well.
It's a hot dog Ferris wheel.
It's beautiful. God damn.
How would you describe this thing?
That's art right there.
It's just...
You should have
It's a little wheelie cart with hot dogs that go around on a Ferris wheel and a bun warmer.
Yeah, it looks like one of those vintage popcorn carts you would see at a movie theater.
Only with hot dogs.
But it's hot dogs. How do I not have this thing? God, I love it.
Okay. Well, it's on sale for Prime Day, 26% off for $199. So I'm sorry, that is the most expensive item.
No.
You did get the dumbbells, were the cheapest, but
listen, we'll give you a
hot dog cart,
consolation tiny towel. Thank you for playing anyway,
and a consolation beans. Why not?
And we'll give you a can of Jake Shack beans. Not nearly as good as the Bluey beans, as we've learned.
Jake Shack beans, best beans,
thank you.
Not bad.
not picking Jake
That
Paul.
is such bullcrap, and you know it.
All right, just open.
Which one is 3?
It's going to be a hot one because the top of it's yellow.
Okay.
Has a yellow hot one.
Which hot sauce did you end up
thank
with?
God.
What's it called?
Los Calientes. This is a hot one's Rojo. It's heat level 5 out of 10.
Hold on.
So
I
it can't be the
see it
hottest
on my
one.
list. Oh, number 5.
sounds mild.
It's middle. 49,000 Scoville units. It's technically 10 times hotter than the one you just had.
Jesus Christ.
It is best-selling, complex notes of smoked chilies, agave, citrus, cumin. Not good for people that have sensitive asses. Fruity habanero and a balance of medium heat. All right, Jake's got his chicken coated in the new number 5. This is the 5th hottest of the hot sauces.
Do I buy it first before I get the question?
Do we care about the question? Or?
No, the question's irrelevant. Go ahead, Edgar. What is your question for Jake?
Hey, Jake. What are the 2 strongest Magic the Gathering cards, and how would you pin them against each other? If that even makes sense. Never heard of that game before.
I've never even heard of this game.
Emrakul is the strongest creature. Black Lotus is the strongest artifact / card, most expensive card. And Black Lotus makes mana. Emrakul just
Let's talk you
destroys
more
her.
saucy, you know?
This one's super easy.
Really?
This one's way easier than the other one.
Really?
Ridiculously easy. I can't believe this other one was lower.
Wow.
It doesn't make any sense.
Sometimes on the show they do this like reverse order weird stuff to mess with your head where it gets hotter, then not so hot,
Or
then
maybe
they hit
it
you
has
with
like a certain amount of peppers, but then the other flavers kind of cancel it out.
All right, hold on, Edgar. Thank you for joining
There's got to
us.
be more Jake calls.
I
Let's
thought for
just
sure.
wait.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder. I wonder how many there are.
Let's say hi to Gil. And this is the Hot Sauce Challenge. You're watching on YouTube now. Jake said the last one not so bad, but you look so angry right now.
Yeah, because this is rigged. Let me pick a call.
Pick a call, Jake. Go ahead. Give me a number.
Yeah, let me see.
Just pick a number.
He wants to see it.
Just pick a call. Just walking over there.
Let me see it. Let me see it with my own
Pick
eyes.
number 3.
All right.
Pick number 3. That's what I was going to go with anyway.
Okay, sure.
Hey, Gil, who's your question for?
Hey, Sweet Dibs, guys.
Sweet Dibbits.
All right, Klein. This question is for you, brother.
Correct.
And I want to go level 10 hot sauce.
Well,
You're just going to pick number 10. You don't know if it's going to be 10.
Oh, man, it's going to be weak. It has a white cap.
Very spicy. Very
Hold on.
spicy.
Give me
I don't know about this
Klein.
colored cap analogy that Jake's...
Klein. Have you ever exchanged any sexual contact with Mrs. Ellie Johnson?
Okay, I'll answer that
That's
question.
a very easy
I'm going to
question.
answer. Hold on, I got to pour this out. This, the one I got is the hottest one so far, by the way. It is number 6, Pico Peppers, Volcano. It is 76,000 Scoville units. This is where things start to get real. Habanero all over, extra fire. Things are getting damn spicy. So I will pour this on the chicken from Roscoe's. That's a lot. On KROQ. Klein Alley Show. 15 minutes. Get you some tickets to see 21 Pilots at BMO Stadium. Put you on that standby list so you can be a part of what the hell are we calling it this year? We always change it just enough to confuse me. KROQ's Road Trip USA. When I guess you go to Tampa, you can't call it a world tour.
On the road, too. No flight.
You will be hitchhiking with Jake all the way to Tampa. We got your tickets coming up for 21 Pilots. That show's happening on the 26th of October. BMO, we get you into that show, put you on the standby boarding list for that trip to see them again in Tampa. Just quickly, because people have been... The outpouring of support I felt, I dealt with a loss during this past break. I haven't really gone into details about it yet. We'll get into that probably next hour. But I didn't realize that one of our very own has needs some good vibes as well.
Hey, guys. Guess who? You know who. Anyway, so I'm going in for some surgery. I've got some blood clotting in my arm that they hooked me up for the dialysis.
This is Blind Charlie. Now, Blind Charlie, we met him. Blind Charlie used to be very fat. He used to play video games, drink Mountain Dew all day, ballooned north of 300 pounds, and then ended up losing his vision as a result of all of that. And now he's super skinny, but he listens to the show really because he can't watch TV.
And I think he walks like 13 miles a day, and he walks while he listens to the show.
Right.
And
So
he wears a big Where's Waldo costume so that he doesn't get hit by a car.
Doesn't want cars to hit him. But, a lot of people have met Blind Charlie. Nice guy and, true fan of the show, even though he's probably only with us because he can't watch better shows on Netflix. Regardless, we appreciate him.
I've got some blood clotting in my arm that they hooked me up for the dialysis. and apparently they're going to put in a bypass, and they're going to put some cow blood vessel in my arm. Needless to say, I'm tad apprehensive about the whole thing, but just wanted to let you guys know that your show is such a entertaining, amazing distraction that it helps me get through an awful lot in my life, and I can't thank you guys enough for being there. And even when not everybody can be there, Allie and Vanessa have stepped up this week, and I just appreciate the heck out of you guys, and thank you very much.
Hey,
And he really is sick.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like he's doing well if he said that things went well with Allie and Vanessa. But Blind Charlie getting cow blood injected in his body, which is amazing.
Dude, he said he's
a vein, right?
I get. Hey, Blind Charlie. First of all, Blind Charlie, are you okay now that it's over? Hello, Blind Charlie. Oh no!
Yeah, this bit again.
We've walked into a dumb bit. Oh God! Hey, Blind Charlie, can you moo twice if the bit is funny?
Oh,
Okay,
no.
that's what we thought.
That's what he lost, is a bad sense of humor.
Yeah, so maybe they can take your ears as well next time. I didn't realize they're giving.
But what kind of insurance do you have where they're like, we're not going to give you other human blood cells. We're going to go cow. What do
Moo
you
Cross, Moo Shield.
think? Oh. Moo on that.
I think if we just keep going, eventually it'll get funny, or no?
Well, I would be happy about this. If I can say I'm part animal, how many people can say that?
Oh, I don't know how much blood you have.
You're like a centaur.
Yeah, but we have to talk to real Blind Charlie, not just the sound effect of cow, because I am curious as to find out like what happened, and did he have to match blood type?
You know what I think happened?
Did they ask him rare, medium rare?
Oh, hilarious. What happened, in my opinion, is that he donated $2,500 so that you could get your nipple pierced, and now he has the worst health insurance ever.
Yeah, he spent all this money for me to pierce my nipple.
Still money for copay.
Should have saved it for human blood.
And they're like,
Wasted.
the human blood is $2,500, but the cow blood is
Right.
$250.
Well, we're going to need a new nickname for Blind Charlie now that he's part man, part cow. But I am fascinated to find out, and maybe we'll get him in studio and milk him tomorrow or something. But I hope he's doing okay, because that message was... Jake, what was that from, over the weekend, that message?
That was from last night.
Oh, okay. So I guess the surgery's upcoming. Well, Blind Charlie, let us know. I mean, I as our first listener, I'm aware of that's having animal put into his body.
I know. And what do you send somebody after that procedure?
Burgers.
Totally.
Got to be burgers, right?
And they probably got a better taste for
We're
it.
back in a second. When we return, I promise you, no more stupid cow jokes. We get to your news, we give away 21 Pilots tickets, and then, that's right, the brains behind the Aquabats, Yo Gabba Gabba, in the KROQ studios next up.
It's summertime when everything's great.
The Klein Alley Show with new summer hours, 5 till 11. KROQ.
That's a lot.
I just put a lot of sauce on there. All right, there you go for the camera. I'm not pussing out here. I already pierced my nipple this week. What else can I do to make my life fun?
That was a couple weeks ago.
All right, and repeat the question, Gil, while I take a bite of this. Go ahead.
Have you and Allie Johnson ever had any sexual contact?
That's
at
such a
all?
huge bite of chicken.
I tried to... Oh, my God. I tried to...
Oh, my God. You didn't need to eat that
I
much.
forgot I had to answer the question. Oh, it's burning my lips really bad. The answer is I've never had any sexual contact with Allie. I did have an opportunity, I think, at one point. Let me finish, Allie.
Her face.
I did have an opportunity. Oh, wow, that's hot. Woo!
And that's what you said, didn't you?
I did have an opportunity at one point, I think, to hook up with Allie's hot sister.
Oh, yeah.
But I was in a relationship at the time, and I did not. I chose to be faithful, but I do regret that a lot. I
Yeah.
did have a sex dream about Allie one time. It was
Ugh.
really weird.
Gross, yeah.
And
Those are really disturbing.
And I'll tell you that the graphic details is that she chose to service me.
Sorry, that was a level 10 for me.
Wow. All right. Hold on. I got
So how is that heat?
that builds, man.
Those are really disturbing.
And I'll tell you that the graphic details is that You should check out our YouTube right now because Suave Gavi's in studio. He's going to give us the official ruling on this tequila to see if she got ripped off. Now, everyone on Reddit says it's a giant scam that happens, especially at cruise ship port of calls, where they will sell tequila. It's the worst bottom of the bottom tequila. Tell you can only get it here. If this was in America, this would be $10,000 a bottle. Here you're getting a deal. And you're going to let us know. I didn't think it tasted great when I drank it. Allie thought it went down smooth.
I thought it was smooth, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's good, right?
He had it first smell of it.
My God,
Well, and
so,
we should also say that before we came on just now, you said that you needed to warm up your mouth.
Yeah. Right. So I'm
That's
not
how
sure.
Johnny got hired here.
Yeah.
Well, hey.
Come on, warm up our mouths, Johnny. They're getting cold.
Right.
Well, when you drink tequila or any kind of spirit, what you got to do first is swish it around your mouth and get your mouth warmed up, your tongue, if you will,
right.
Because you're ready to accept all these flavors in the party that's about to happen.
Right.
So,
dance party.
That's right. Yeah. So I already warmed up my mouth. I'm already
loose,
a little socially lubricated, and ready to go.
So this bottle, your first instinct when you look at the bottle, because we're trying to get to the bottom of the scam, and then we're going to let Vanessa do some tasting and see if she can figure out the difference between a terrible tequila and a top shelf tequila.
Right. So the bottle, it's pretty. I mean, it's got the cool, it looks authentic, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of research before coming here. Couldn't find much
about this brand.
About
this brand.
Ila Maya?
Yeah. Even not much about it. There's an app called Tequila Matchmaker. That's kind of like the Rotten Tomatoes for
Tinder?
tequila. You can meet a lot of people on Tequila Matchmaker too.
I believe it.
But and there's like the Bible for tequila aficionados, and there's nothing.
Doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
And let me tell you why. Because it was locally made. So what's the biggest local, as everyone knows?
Right. It's small batch, baby.
More expensive, baby.
Right. Okay. All right, Vanessa. Good point. I'm going to say I'm more convinced now than ever before that Vanessa got scammed by this bottle.
But I could also say, as just a regular gringo white lady, he pitching me something versus Vanessa pitching me something. She's just excited about it. I want to try whatever she's given to me. I want to feel like she feels.
Right.
So the thing is that this bottle, you bought it for $65. About
did I say 60?
$65.
$65.
Yeah.
So I got it
this
for
is
65,
what you said.
and you know what? I got you a bottle. $65. $65. Okay, let me tell you why too. Oh, sorry, sir. Because if you feel the bottle, it has texture.
Oh, yeah, because it's raised. That's money.
And also, it's not small. You guys thought I got you the tiny bottle. I got you a big bottle.
Well,
dude, I'm ready to buy Vanessa's tequila bottle.
Vanessa, I'll buy your gasoline drink. All right, so Suave Gavi, all that matters is you. You're the expert. You're the expert.
For throwing up, get a trash can. That'd be great.
Get the trash can for this bottle you brought us.
Right on the nose. It smells very sweet. I could smell some rough.
Rough.
Yeah, let me go in for a dive.
Now I want to get an actual estimate as to what you think this bottle of tequila. All the lengths we go through on this show just to try to prove each other right and wrong is really kind of crazy. Maybe he changes his tune. Vanessa paid $65. Said it was the best bottle of tequila in Mexico.
Okay, so
I thought it was so smooth.
It is smooth. And so there's 4 additives that you can add in tequila, which is glycerin, which makes it smooth, caramel coloring, oak extract, and sugar-based syrups.
So that's why you tasted sweet.
So it tastes sweet right off the bat. And that's what, then you can once you kind of train your palate and all, you could sense what
Do all
that
like
sweetness
bad ones
goes for.
smell sweet?
A lot of them do, yes.
Yes.
Glycerin.
Jake, are you with me?
I'm trying to learn.
Glycerin, I would imagine, is not usually something they would brag about, being in their tequila.
No, but if it's under 1%, so the CRT allows any tequila brand to have at least 1% of additives in a bottle, and then they can still say it's additive free. So
got it.
So that's what they told Vanessa, was that it doesn't have any additives.
It has no additives. It's natural, of course.
Do you think
it's
that
organic.
After your sip, do you believe that is no additives?
That has plenty of additives.
A lot in there. Yeah.
Yes.
What percentage would you guess are added?
90%. No,
wow, that's such a. Well,
it's amazing.
Vanessa's so upset
it's
now.
The American way.
Vanessa, are you sad because you feel like you got ripped off, or?
But it's good. It's not bad. I mean, if you like it in a drink,
I had a whole experience. I was having a great time.
Well, this is the thing. We're going to recreate your experience right now. This is why Suave Gavi is here. We wanted to give you a proper tequila tasting. It's your birthday. It was your birthday.
That's right.
And so we're going to try 3 tequilas. One of them is bottom shelf, one is mid, and one is top shelf. Let's see if your tongue learned anything on your cruise to Mexico. And we'll all be drinking together. The tequila fun will continue with Suave Agave right here on the World Famous KROQ. Show. About 5 minutes away from getting you tickets to 21 Pilots and on that standby list to see them a second time in Tampa. And you really got to love that band if you're going to go see them again in Tampa. Blind Charlie is actually on the phone right now, Allie, and then we'll get to the news because we did have questions. Go ahead, Blind Charlie.
We haven't leveled up from this yet?
No, we're still doing the bit.
No.
Hey, Blind Charlie, you're part cow now?
I will be this Saturday, yeah. They're not giving me a blood transfusion. They're actually putting in a blood vessel from a cow.
Well, we heard that you're part cow now. Is that accurate?
Well, yeah, moo. You get 2 moos up.
All right.
Oh, great.
How much cow, like what percentage cow are you going to be?
I don't, 1%?
All right, I love it.
Hey, that's more than most people.
That's great. More than the Impossible Burger or whatever. We'll go with that. Hey, Charlie, is this like a risky surgery they're doing, or is this something they do all the time?
It's not your average, but I got some clotting and some narrowing in the blood vessel that they hook up for my dialysis, and that's their next step is to go with that. So,
do you know what type of cow? Are you getting one of those like good cows, the kind they use for like the Kobe and the Wagyu, or just like a run-of-the-mill, like off the 5 freeway cows?
Oh, man, the Cowschwitz cows?
Oh, those are the worst
I think
cows.
you're just going to run down to Vaughn's and get a T-bone and then just like harvest something from that.
Great.
Yeah, cool.
Go prime over choice if you can.
Did they say they do this often, or are they just experimenting on you, Charlie?
They seemed very nonchalant, like, oh, yeah, we're just going to do this, and we're going to clean all the cow parts off of it and put it in your arm. And I'm like, what do you mean all the cow parts? It's still part of a cow, no? And they're like, well, yeah, technically, but we're going to get the little bits off of it.
714 says, sounds like someone has farmer's insurance.
Oh, hilarious.
That's a terrible joke. All right, listen.
Quiet down, Charlie. We're making jokes.
Is that Charlie or their sound effect? I don't even know anymore. So, Charlie, you're getting cow blood put into your body. You're going to officially be moving 1% cow.
I guess, yeah. I'm going to have a big vein in my arm that comes from a cow.
If we get you a big bell, will you wear it?
You know, I was actually looking into that before this happened, just so people would hear me coming, because people like,
I think it's a great idea.
And they think they're playing chicken with me, and
Right.
they're like, I bump into them, and they're like, excuse you? And I'm like, I didn't know you were there.
All
What the hell do
All
you
right,
mean? So-
next question. Will you let us brand you?
Oh, hell yeah. With a Klein and Alley?
It's all right on the ass.
I want to make sure people know you're our cow. We don't want big boy stealing you.
Tag his ear.
All right. All right. All right, great.
Yes,
Blind Charlie. Also
those ideas.
Listen, the happy cows come from California. A lot of love coming for you on the text line, wishing you all the best. So Blind Charlie officially becomes Blind Cowley on Saturday. That's the day.
Blind Cowley is the best thing we've
Well, no,
come up with.
I'm just going with, I'm just going with the most recent one. All right, great.
This is sadder than the news he broke.
Blind Charlie, can we tip you over while you're sleeping?
Yes.
Okay,
Good
good.
Charlie tipping?
All right,
Just the one tip?
Jake, want to get any more jokes in before we wrap it up, or no? No. Okay, Jake's not happy.
Wrap it
with
up
it.
and weigh it.
All right. Well, Charlie, I think this is going to be great for the show, and I hope it works out well for you. And let us know if there's anything we can do for. In all seriousness, now that we've made a million jokes, if there's anything we can do for you, let us know.
Oh, I will, but yeah, it's all taken care of, and I'll talk to you and give you an update over the weekend.
Do you regret spending $5,000 of your own money so that I would have to pierce my nipple for the Special Olympics because you could have used that money to buy human blood instead of cow blood?
No, the only regret I had was that I think I hurt your feelings. Just kind of go with the joke, but live and learn. Live and learn. I'm sorry.
It was a very vulnerable experience for Klein.
Someone said this
It was tender.
It was very, very tender. Well, Charlie's a rare breed, as they say, and even though
Lord of mercy.
he's being vain right now in doing this, we wish you all the best.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, that's Blind Charlie, folks. He will be a cow soon enough. Call it 20. Get on the phone now. We'll give you some tickets while Ali delivers the news.
We'll give you a cut of Charlie.
Give you a cut. Pick your cut. You want a filet of Charlie? 800-520-1067. Get you some tickets to see 21 Pilots. Ali's got the news for you right now.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
We wasted all our time on cow jokes.
I think it was time well spent.
It was. All right, in the beginning, Barbie was just Barbie, and then they realized how much money they could make. Now there are thousands of different Barbies. There are 3 different body types, 35 different skin tones, 200 different careers, 79 different hairstyles, 13 different eye colors, and nearly a dozen different disabilities for Barbie. And Barbie has become like Oreo flavors. There's always a new one. Now they've announced the first Barbie with the diabetes. Hundreds of thousands of children.
Why didn't you
I know.
mention Charlie was on the phone? He could have commented on this.
Hundreds of thousands.
Charlie, what do you think about that? See, still there, Allie.
He's going strong.
He's going strong.
I guess there are hundreds of thousands of children that have type 1 diabetes, and now there is a Barbie who has it too. So they're releasing this. She's got a little polka dot dress on, and she's got that little, little monitor thing that you wear around your waist or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, there's a new feature in Gmail that you should be aware of, and this is going to save your life. I think this will be especially useful to you, Klein, if you can find it. So on your Gmail, now in the left-hand corner with your inbox and start and all that stuff, you click More. There is a new tab called Manage Subscriptions, and you can see all of the newsletters and crap that you are subscribed to that you don't even know you're subscribed to. And I am looking on this Beauty Plus Salon, some cafe I went to once, House of Intuition where I bought a candle at one point, like all of these things that I don't even know I'm getting subscribed emails from, and it'll even tell you how many you're getting. You've gotten 20 plus emails in the last week from this one place, and you can just go ahead and go through and click unsubscribe to all these at once and make your inbox way simpler.
I think I validated my parking one time years ago at a West Elm. I don't even know what they even sell. I probably get 50 emails a day from this West Elm.
I think I did get, I
worst.
bought like a coffee maker, something from West Elm.
I don't even know what they have there. I think
it's like home furniture. It's like crate and barrel.
I think I validated parking there, and I'm telling you, I don't know. I must have given them my email. They figured it out. They're so aggressive.
Yeah, well, and
out
then
of control.
At these websites too, it'll be like sign up for our email list, and you'll get 20% off your first order. And I, of course, am like, yes. Take my email address. I don't value it whatsoever.
El
and then,
Cheapo sold out my email to a gym she didn't even join, so she get a free smoothie.
Yeah.
And I'm still
and
getting
it wasn't
email.
even good.
Yeah, they're emailing the hell out of me. I'm never going to your gym.
All right, and then finally, do you lie on your resume, or have you ever lied? Chances are the answer is yes. They did a survey, and they figured out that 47% of Gen Z is lying on their resume and lying through their teeth, including becoming their own references. So if you're saying, hey, reference, put down a number, and it's just your friend or it's you doing a funny voice, that's very common. 39% of millennials are doing it, and the older generations are the only ones that are trying to be truthful, or maybe they're the only ones with actual job experience. Only 20% lie.
My buddy used me as a reference, and I had to make stuff up. I was super nervous because I just had to lie on the fly.
What was your fake position you had?
That I was like his boss or his manager at some position he had, and I had to just make up a bunch of crap.
You sound good on the fly right now, dude.
Thank you.
very, very realistic
I'll
sounding.
put this random hitchhiker as my reference.
What did you get him the job or
He
no?
was good with his thumbs.
Right. Did you get him his job?
He did. Yeah, he got it.
All right, there you go. Hey, brand new hour of the show starts right now. The very first thing we do is reward you handsomely with tickets. Here we go.
Klein Alley Show.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right, got no time for the jibber jabber. Let's go ahead and say hi to caller 20 right now. Instantly make your day better on this Wednesday morning. 21 Pilots. You win tickets to see them right here, conveniently, Southern California, October 26th at BMO, and inconveniently, put your name on the standby boarding list to see them again in Tampa. You'll have chances every hour starting right now through 6 p.m., and you won't have to worry about any of that if your name is Justine in Long Beach.
No
Good morning.
way.
That's you. Hi.
No way, sweet Dibbit.
Sweet Dibbit. Caller 20.
No way. Yes, thank you.
Soak it in. You, 21 Pilots, and potentially you in Tampa, and it'll be a good time.
Potentially you in Tampa.
Nothing better than that, I'm sure,
Yeah.
right? Get ready. Pack your bags and get ready to go.
Yeah.
Hold on one second.
Thank
and
you.
Thank you for starting your day with us on KROQ. Greatly appreciate that.
Every day, every day.
Every day. Good habit to get into. Good habit.
What are the less toxic habits?
Very sad moment that I really don't wish on anyone had to experience this past week. And I do feel like I owe it to you, the listeners of the show, that have given us some of your time every morning to kind of share some of what I've been going through. It'll be difficult, but we'll get through it together, and we will do it next right here on the world famous KROQ. This will be difficult, but let's try to get through it. And not try to bum you out, but we'll make it all up to you in moments because I'm very excited to say that Yo Gabba Gabba will be in the KROQ studios, Aquabats, Yo Gabba Gabba, many generations love these guys, and they'll be coming to hang out with us. Got a really sad call over the break, and let me just say, I've never been to, and I guess I'm lucky, at least I don't remember ever being, going to a funeral before.
Really?
Yeah, I had a buddy whose dad passed a few years ago, and I did go to that. It was less of a funeral and more of, I guess, it's hard to say. Everything's got different titles these days. It was, sharing stories sort of a situation.
A celebration of life.
Celebration of life, right. So I've done that. Can never recall going to a actual funeral, coffin, whole thing, and I consider myself lucky for that, and it's a terrible, sad thing, and I know some people have a positive attitude about it, but especially for someone who is a peer of mine. I'm used to my parents' friends, or that neighbor down the street, or a grandparent, but at some point you go, wow, that's someone who is someone who I consider a friend, a peer, and I got a really sad call over kind of at the beginning of our time off from my best friend since we were 8 years old, the guy that I went on Shark Tank with, and he basically had to share the sad, tragic news that his wife, who had been battling cancer for a while, was not going to be with us.
Like they knew that it was.
I feel terrible speaking about something that's so personal, even though it's kind of public now. But had cancer for a while and had spread a bit, but we had been with her and out to dinner with them within the last month, and thought like an idiot. I guess I'm an idiot, or I'm an optimist. I don't know. I thought everything was kind of going in the right direction as much as it can. No, I owed him a dinner.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Half off now.
Right, thanks, Jake.
Oh man. So what was the phone call? Was like, hey, it might be any day now, or was it
we were about to leave the country for this trip, and
this was a big trip that you had
been
planned
for a while, right? And,
non-refundable.
I didn't click the box for insurance because I figured not going to need it.
Yeah, you never click that box. I usually never do either.
Nope. It's like an extra, 15 cents.
You're like extenuating circumstances. Shut up.
Yeah. I don't have any of those.
$25 a day? No.
Not doing that. And, but none of that matters, obviously, making jokes here, because that's what we do. And it's calls like this that make me feel good.
Yo, bitch ass Klein, it's Wednesday. Welcome back, bitch. Shake that beans.
So it's stuff like that makes me feel good about sharing so much with you. And it was a text, and it said, we're not doing great, and we're gonna we're going to see what the next 24 hours looks like, and hope it's basically either miracle time or.
And this is also your friend who lost their house, right?
Yeah, so he lost his house, their house. I mean, their house together. They lost in the fires, and it has just been
what a year for him.
A brutal couple of months, and it makes me think to whatever you've got going on in your life now, and I'm sure you got stuff going on. Think about this for just a second. Young kids, house burns, fire, memories, and all that, and then the guy loses his wife, and she was a wonderful person. I mean, usually a lot of my friends' wives, I'll take them or leave them.
That's sweet.
This thing, I'll save that. She was great, and everyone loved her, and it was so sad to be at a funeral to someone that I've had so many good times with, but also just to see how truly devastated, understandably, how devastated my friend was,
and their kids,
and to be around all of that sadness, and I know that
to not have a home that and love to grieve in is absolutely horrific.
It was all, and I know that I'm removed. It wasn't me. It was a friend of mine. As I learned when trying to bring this up with the travel, I have no claim to any. I start to explain to them, here's the situation, and they go, well, it's not your relative, so you're not.
Oh, you should have lied, though.
Yeah, totally, dude.
What do you mean? Why should I have lied? It was a friend. It was my friend.
No, but I mean, if you're doing it for the trip and telling them what happened,
I didn't do it. First of all, I didn't do it for the trip.
No, I'm saying when you're telling them it can't.
Explain to them I
go.
can't go on this trip now. I have to attend a funeral, and then they say, "Oh, who is it for?"
And then you have to say my mother.
Oh well, I didn't say that.
Yes, you have to say the closest person.
I don't know. I got caught up in a weird moment of being very honest, and
for once.
I know, worst time to pick. And then I spent most of last week with my friend, and obviously trying to be supportive as best I can. I'm not, as you know, Allie, I'm terrible. I'm a bad Like,
well, and I felt bad too because like I think I had sent you a text about my kid eating a pizza, and I was like, oh, this is
God.
I was
the
like
worst possible thing.
I was like, oh look, like he has great taste in pizza or something. I just sent it to you over the break, and then you were like, I've had the worst week of my life, and I was like, oh God. Well, I feel like an a-hole because I was having a great week, and I thought you were having a great time in Mexico, and I had no idea any of this was going on. But then you had back-to-back service
there was a lot
things
of,
that you had to attend, and I just felt like,
a lot
oh man.
of people rallied, and I'll say if you have a friend, especially a longtime friend, it's very hard, very rare to come by these days. Poor Jake has to hitchhike, has no friends. But if you have a friend that you've had for years, it's a beautiful thing, and you get to go through a lot of life stuff with them, which is great. And then sadly, when things don't go well, you get to try to be there for them as best you can. Something I wish I was better at. I of course am like everyone else. Hey, if you need anything, let me know.
Yeah, but sometimes all you have to do is just be there.
Yeah,
physically. That's all you can do.
And it was a lot of being there physically on the west side, which is
far.
So I'm just saying.
Hitchhike there.
No. So, but that's why I know I put up a message, but I was a little out of pocket, and then as a result, kind of pushed everything else. But one of the things, and this is not funny at all, but at one of the events that we were at, there was a really nice food spread that was put out, and no one was eating the food because people were understandably in mourning and people were crying, and I was just thinking, everyone's just waiting for someone to take the first bite so that other people, because it was people were hungry. I mean, sad, of course, very
people
sad.
Or you?
Well, I was hungry too, but I think other people I could see were looking, but no one wanted to be the first person to eat.
Because you feel like it's rude if you're doing
feel
that.
Rude. You can't be sitting there like.
But it's kind of like a wedding where you feel like the bride and groom need to eat first before everyone else can eat.
I guess.
So you feel like you want to save that for the family, the close family, and once they start kind of doing it, then you can do it.
I kept watching people looking at the table, looking around, not eating, and then finally, as I felt like now's a chance for me to kind of just be a hero of the moment. I just went over.
This is your heroic moment, eating the buffet first?
Yeah.
What a hero.
I made a whole plate of food, and then when people saw that, guess what happened?
They did it too?
They get
you a plaque, man.
That's how
I did
show your
thing.
love. That's your love language.
That's my love language.
Is filling out a buffet.
And I knew people appreciated it. So anyway, what I'm trying to get through all of this is life's fragile, all that crap. But in all seriousness, thank you for all the support I got. I mean, once again, this is something I'm trying to transfer on to my buddy. But if you know anyone's going through it, I know it is rough. I've experienced it now firsthand over the break, and
knowing that she was sick for a while, and having to deal with that, feeling better, not feeling better, and then you're kind of with your friend helping him through all of that, and then to actually see that come to an end.
Sorry to bum you out. That's probably the greatest opening that the Yo Gabba Gabbas could have asked for. But they'll be in here in a moment, and
what was the best thing on the spread?
Mini hot dogs.
Oh,
the little
nice.
mini hot dogs.
Wow, yeah.
They had so many of those. Like
That's
the Joey
really
Chestnut of that place.
Yeah.
Just went to
good
town.
Stuff.
Quick break. Back with more show next.
KROQ World Trip USA. Your favorite KROQ bands and destinations all across the country. Stop 1. Ride a roller coaster at Busch Gardens. Make friends with an alligator. Fall in love with a Cuban sandwich when you see 21 Pilots in Tampa, Florida. Qualify all week and you'll instantly win tickets to their show at BMO Stadium October 26th.
We're 21 Pilots and we don't approve of that.
Yeah, but KROQ does.
Then you could be off to Florida for round 2. Because nothing says summer like music, humidity, pirate parades, and a lizard watching you eat lunch. Courtesy of Live Nation and Atlantic Records.
The world famous KROQ.
When I got a
KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. Although currently we are dressed as eagles to celebrate the greatest story to happen in Southern California in some time, the birth of the babies of Jackie and Shadow.
Yeah, and I was able to get a really great deal on some highly inflatable eagle costumes just because I don't want Jackie and Shadow to get all the glory. When you think about it, anybody on a live stream can be a bald eagle and get attention, don't you agree?
I don't understand what we're attempting to prove here by dressing up. I think this was one giant... you and Vanessa got inside of each other's heads and you started hyping each other up and saying, Oh, it'll be great if we do the show dressed like eagles.
I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, but
I like it too.
Visually, I
like it too because I'm not doing it.
Right, of course.
That's the best part.
I tried so desperately this morning to shift this onto someone else. I was like, it'll be just as funny if Jake comes in here dressed like an eagle.
No, he can't fit in this costume.
But we're going to attempt to, I guess, feed each other now.
Well, yeah, because like I said, the big story yesterday was that they did their first feeding, and obviously it's fascinating. I mean, Omar, you've been gripped by this, right?
Oh, yeah,
You're one
I
of
love it
the
to death.
80,000 people that have been watching Jackie and Shadow and seeing how their eaglets' lives are starting out. So why can't we get in on some of that attention?
I guess we realized that, God damn, I hate this thing.
This is so loud.
What I realized is that people are obsessed with watching cams of eagles, and since our YouTube, live YouTube is kind of new, what could we do to maybe steal some eyeballs away from the much more popular eagle cam? And we decided rather than just be a better version of a radio show, which is impossible, we tried, let's just maybe dress like eagles, and maybe we get some confused, really slow adults that actually check out this stream and think that they're looking at the Jackie and Shadow
Well,
cam.
some of the immediate comments on the YouTube live stream are that Klein's nose still somehow looks better than the costume's eagle nose.
Thank you. I'll take that as a win for me.
So do you want to share some of this beef stick as a nice breakfast?
So I guess what we were going to attempt to do right now is recreate eagles feeding each other, because that is the thing that everyone's gone nuts about. If you haven't seen it yet, you're not yet watching the live Big Bear cam. But everyone thinks it's the greatest thing ever. In fact, I can't even play this audio because I can't even see my...
I think I can get
it. Could you have bought louder costumes, Allie? Or were there louder ones available?
Look, there was another one that was really, really good, but it was like $200. And these ones were $37.
Well, you got everything you paid for here.
Okay, hold on a second.
If you are wondering why it sounds different in here, it's because we are currently encased in eagle suits. And in a moment, we are going to attempt to feed each other. And I believe the meal this morning is a beef stick of some variety.
Johnny, while you're here, can you please open up the beef stick, because I can't open it myself with my wings?
Allie, I think we should let Allie try to open it up, because this was her idea from the very beginning. Let's let her...
Well, and I also have a lot of respect for these eagles, because it is hard to do things without hands.
Yeah, do it with your mouth.
Put the mask on the right way.
Well, I can't bite on it.
Yeah, Allie's all ass backwards with her whole costume.
Okay.
And
her face is coming out of the neck.
Yeah, it's a terrible...
Enough about my neck!
The costume cannot accommodate Allie's giant long neck. If you are wondering what this monstrosity looks like, you can head over to YouTube.
Johnny, open that up for Allie. What are you doing?
No, I want Allie to try to open. It's a much funnier segment. Allie tries to open things in an eagle suit, because the reality of this is that it wasn't really that well thought out. I think they just got so excited about the eagle costumes that we just assumed the rest would figure itself out.
Oh my God, I think I got it.
And it clearly has not. So,
yes!
All right. So for anyone who's enjoying watching eagles do things, which apparently happens once a year around birthing season, maybe, just maybe, you'll enjoy this. Allie's going to
I'm going to go over there.
Stick it up, and she's going to attempt to feed each other, baby bird style, mouth to mouth. This is a live feeding, which apparently is all the rage these days on the cams. So take this, real eagles. Hold on. Allie and I are going to attempt.
Klein's stuck.
I'm trapped. Hold on.
Oh my God. This looks like some sort of weird porn.
I got the stick in my mouth, guys. We just did a very successful and unsuccessful live feeding. Oh, that beef tastes like cigarettes. Were you smoking again? You know what's funny about this dumb bit is that Allie thought this had enough legs to do once every hour. She goes, we'll start every hour with a live feeding. And I said, I think if we do this once on the air, it'll be more than enough.
Look, I also said we should wear these the entire show.
Right, that was another big mistake. So
I didn't know how cumbersome they were going to be. I didn't realize we wouldn't have access to our hands at all.
When we get back from this break, you will never hear of this ever again. So enjoy this memory while you can. The show continues next. And speaking of feeding, if you're the parent of a Girl Scout, father or mother, and you would like to prove that you are the best seller of the cookies, since we all know the responsibility falls on you, It's a chance for you to call us now. We'll let you try to outsell each other, and we will spend hundreds of dollars to buy boxes of cookies that we definitely don't need, but Jake will probably eat them all. That's next. Studio right now. Producers of many hits, including this. Yo, Gabba Gabba in the KROQ studios right now. Of course, Aquabat's a long history with KROQ, but let's focus on this before we talk about the live show, the new album, and everything else. First question we must know right out of the gate. In a brawl between Yo Gabba Gabba and the Wiggles, who would win in a brawl till the death?
No question, the Wiggles.
Oh, okay, the Wiggles.
I mean, they sing so great.
Yeah, they would kill you guys.
Well, they're grown adults, too. So
yeah,
they're huge. Our characters don't understand violence. They would just curl up in a ball.
Oh, no, you guys would all just kill each other with niceness. You'd have a nice off.
They would cry, and then we would sing a song about
how it's okay to cry.
It's okay to cry.
About how
let it out.
Boys don't cry, but it's okay to cry.
It's okay.
I think even though it's been a few months since Coachella, one of the most talked about appearances, and not your first time, second time, Yo Gabba Gabba at Coachella, introducing it's so funny because Allie and I were having this conversation off the air. We both have young kids. But we believe that your sweet spot is maybe moved. We don't think it's young kids. I think young kids like Yo Gabba Gabba. I would argue that probably, and you would know this by the research, is it mostly like
kidults?
Men in their 30s?
Childless adults.
I think everyone's invited to the party. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those things that, it's for kids, but it's for all of us being our own kids having fun.
Well, yeah, and we also, have a mathematical advantage that so many of the kidults grew up watching the show.
Right.
And the show first aired in 2007. So you have all these 20-year-olds, 21, 22, 23-year-olds. That was their show. Yeah, they grew up watching the show, and naturally they would be at Coachella because, that's where we gather all our music from, is like the same sources, So, it is for that generation for sure now, and that I think that's a special place to be in for us because, again, we never anticipated that.
Well, and I think that once you have grown up on something, you also want to teach your child about that thing, too. Like I was backstage at Coachella, I saw the entourage, the people that were swarming around you guys trying to get a picture, and it was all like people in their mid-20s, influencers and stuff like that. But I would imagine as soon as they start having kids, they want to go, hey, look at this. This is what I grew up on. And even when I was kind of catching up on some of the stuff you guys were doing last night, my kid from across the room was like, what is that? Let me watch that. Let me see that. So it obviously
How old
hooks
is
on.
your kid?
He's 3.
Oh, perfect.
That's perfect age.
Yeah.
So I think people are of all ages are hooked into it just because it's fun and innocent.
Yeah, I think with Gabba, it's like you're a parent, and it's not necessarily I want to teach my kids. It's like I want to experience fun music, like listen to songs that we can like dance together with, right? And this could be your first concert.
It's you have a new album, by the way, we should mention. And you also have worked with so many bands. We just heard My Chem on KROQ. This is a little thing you guys did with My Chem. It work where do bands reach out? Like, do you get an email and you go, you won't believe which band says they want to do a song, Yo Gabba Gabba, or are you guys going like, hey, it'd be cool if My Chem agreed to do a song with us? How does it work?
A little bit of both, but
a little bit of both.
I think for the most part, it's us going like, wouldn't it be awesome if we could get the Pixies to be on the show, or what about this band, or what about that band? And I think in the case of My Chemical Romance, there was like an interview that Rolling Stone did with Gerard, and he was talking about having a child, and he was like, I've been watching a lot of Yo Gabba Gabba with Bandit, my daughter, and I just think that's so awesome. He was like praising the show basically, and interestingly enough, I was traveling the next week, and I was on the same flight as Frank from My Chemical Romance, and I go, hey, Frank, it's Christian from Yo Gabba Gabba, and he's like, oh, you got to call Gerard. And so it just kind of like came together, like Gerard put it out in the universe, like I'd love to be involved somehow for my kid. It was like kid first, I'd love to do this thing for my child, and then it just came together, and that collaboration was so much fun.
Yeah, so many stories like that.
Yeah,
so many of the people, we were kind of like just kids who grew up on KROQ, and doing a kids show, we could just say, hey, these are the bands that we like. It doesn't need to be the top, whoever's on the top 40. It can just be someone who's here for the kids, someone who can have fun, and those people came.
Is there a KROQ artist that you still would love to collab with that you haven't yet?
So many.
Yeah, so many.
Our wish list is so deep.
Pixies, The Cure. There's so many. I mean, it's like, but we have all kinds of flavors on the show. So there's a lot of hip hop on our show too, and dance music and electronic. But, Scott and I both growing up in Southern California, like KROQ, this is our place. Like, this is our station. I mean, this is the station that set it off. Like, it wasn't just like cheesy rock or metal or whatever. It was like bringing in all kinds of different things and different flavors. And KROQ was the station that brought in all these influences from all over the world. And for us, that made such a big difference and set the tone for, like, listening to all different types
So
of
there
music.
would be no Yo Gabba Gabba
No,
if
you
not
could-
for K-Rock.
you could say that.
Can you say that though, so we can get that clean for the promo? Thank you very much. But the
You could
reality is,
say that.
as I listen now, like this is you guys and the Killers.
Yeah.
Come with us on a spaceship adventure, flying through the galaxy.
Brandon Flowers, Gabba Gabba.
For to see sparkling beauty, see the moon and see
And then, of course, you know, the smartest rock star there is, Rivers Cuomo of Weezer, teaching us all about earthworms. And this guy, you know, listen, he's, you know, Harvard educated, so you can't get one
I
back.
have a friend and it's an earthworm. It burrows underground deep within the soil. Sometimes when it rains, it comes out and we talk about our day.
Now, we're gonna world premiere now the song you guys did with Diddy. You want to tell us about this one? Or?
Oh, that one's under wraps.
No, that one didn't happen. No.
That one will not be at the tour.
It's not going to be on the tour. Yeah, we do
Yeah.
have tickets. We should mention this because you guys are going to be starting this this tour. It starts in Pomona at the Fox, ends in LA at the Novo, August 31st. It's 24 cities. YoGabbaGabba.com/tour, and we actually have tickets to give away right now. And Ali said all week, it's my first day here this week, but people have been demanding these tickets, and they're not even listeners with kids. A lot of people just want to go and experience the vibes, and you guys are more than willing to have them.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone's welcome to have fun with us.
Yeah.
That's me right there. Like, even if I don't have kids, I have to create a kids show so I can go and have fun.
Right.
Yeah, we're big live music fans too. Scott and I both, we've been going to shows since we were like
still go to
junior high
shows,
school,
yeah.
still going to shows, still playing shows, still doing stuff. And so we really want the experience to be not just for a 3-year-old, but
Totally.
for their parents.
Well, you want
for
it to be
their
enjoyable
grandparents.
for the entire family. Otherwise, the parents are going to be like, no, we're not going to that. I don't want to waste my
100%.
time.
And we're parents as well, so we know like dropping those ducats on
Right.
And
on
are
a show
your
for your
kids
kid.
fans of Yo Gabba Gabba just by force?
By
Or-
force, for sure. Yeah, we made them watch it. No.
You will enjoy this music or
This
not.
is me, your daddy.
They were actually our test subjects. I mean, we like all the stuff we the content subject matter of the show.
Well, they're brutally honest kids, the problem. So you
yeah.
give them something and you love it. And they're like, this sucks, Dad.
Yeah.
totally.
They'll tell you like it
Yeah.
is. They'll be like, Dad, no, not into it.
I hear that all the time. By the way, Josh, go ahead. You're on with Yo Gabba Gabba. I know you've got a personal story, and then we'll give people an opportunity to win some tickets. What's up, Josh?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Josh, the man.
What do you want to
man.
say? What do you want to say to the geniuses behind Yo Gabba Gabba? Also, a lot of Aquabats fans calling in, texting in as well.
What's up, everybody?
So you got a lot coming through.
I've been an Aquabats fan for over 20 years, and I have 3 daughters. And we took my oldest to see Yo Gabba Gabba at Nokia Theater when she was 5.
Awesome.
Wow.
And my second.
She's now addicted to PCP. So thanks a lot, guys.
It's hard to talk about, but it was my
father.
last good memory.
We don't want to mention that, but go ahead with your story. I'm sorry, Josh.
No, you're good. They love them. I have one. My youngest now is 9, and they all love the Aquabats. We just saw you guys at the Glass House. My ex-wife and my 2 oldest. We saw you guys.
Let me ask you a question. When is the appropriate age for a child to get their first Yo Gabba Gabba tattoo?
Well, the law would say.
Yeah,
but-
we follow the law. So whatever that is, 21?
Right.
Is it 21?
Oh, whatever they say.
I don't know.
And you see a lot of them. And you've even seen people take your wholesome imagery and turn them X-rated. People get very creative, right? What do you think about that when someone says, look what I've done over here. Look what I've made Plex do. Look how flexible Plex can be. Does that bother you, or do you say, hey, it's yours now?
I just think, go ahead.
I just think that, humans are humans.
Yeah.
I love you being human.
Yeah.
We're going to give you the opportunity to speak to Plex directly. As you know,
There's levels of creativity. Let's just put it
There
that
are.
way.
I'm sure
Many
there are.
levels.
Yeah.
We know all the
There's a
levels.
creative spectrum.
Plex is the robot. He is the 5th member of Gabba Friends, and he is not just any robot. He's a magic robot. And as a result, as everyone is now turning to AI for advice, we wanted to give people the opportunity to get advice from the original robot. So if you'd like to call now, 800-520-1067. We will give you advice from Plex, Yo Gabba Gabba, and tickets next. Tickets to give you to go see Yo Gabba Gabba. They're on tour. Details, all the information you need is at yogabbagabba.com/tour. In our studio right now, Christian, Scott are here, co-creators. I would imagine at this point, multi-zillionaires, right, guys? Easily? Right, at least?
Depends on what you're counting.
Yeah.
Zillionaire.
Yeah.
In blessings, yes.
Do you get your own songs in your head? Like when you're about to eat, you're like, yummy, yummy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Oh,
yummy,
yeah.
yummy, gonna
Oh, yeah.
eat. Yeah.
Is that annoying when it's your own song stuck in your head?
Chicken.
Yes.
I'm going to say, I'm like, well, I could have not made this so repetitive. Maybe I could have added another verse.
Maybe one less, yeah.
I just think that's a sign it's good. If it gets stuck in your head,
It's in
like,
there.
it's working, it's working.
Yeah. Bleeds into your daily life.
You guys got to come up with an Ozempic version of this song. It's like, I got to eat less.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Smaller portions.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, as you
Get
know,
on the treadmill. Yeah.
you guys inspired by KROQ for many years, and now you've taken it all the way to Coachella, the tour. We got tickets to give you, but people would like to talk to Plex, the magic robot.
Let me
Advice
see if I can call him up.
from a
There's
robot.
Plex in the house.
Let's say with we got a regular. This is Gabby. Gabby, say hi to Yo Gabby. Hold on 1 second on line 3 right now. Your question for Plex. Go ahead.
Hi, Plex. Longtime fan. I have 2 boys at home, and they don't like to share. Any advice?
Hello, Gabby. I am Plex, the magic robot. Let me see. I will check my data banks. Sometimes it's hard to share and make people do what you want them to do. The important thing is to show the consequences of similar behavior. So if one boy doesn't want to share, help explain how it feels when someone doesn't want to share with him.
Beep boop.
Amazing.
So smart. By the way, what a great tactic! You can just say, "I want to check my databases." We need to stall for the answer.
I know.
God.
I wish we could say that.
Checking database.
He's checking database. Sorry, Jake. I know. Jake takes it for real. That's damn good. All right, let me say hi to Remo. Remo, this is very exciting now to have a superstar in here.
Hello, Remo.
Hi, Plex. How do I get my nephews to eat some vegetables?
That's a tough one.
We have a song. It's called Party in My Tummy.
And
Here
it
we go.
goes like this. Yeah.
There you go.
If you make your nephew feel guilty that he's not letting the vegetables into the party, maybe he'll do it.
Yeah.
Smart.
Guilt
Smart.
tripping.
Guilt trip
trip.
parenting. Guilt trip parenting.
If you're just joining us now, Yo Gabba Gabba, Aquabats in the KROQ studio, and Colleen, we give you the final, and this is the final question. We're going to pick someone to give these tickets to. Every line is full here. Everyone loves Yo Gabba Gabba. Cult, to say the very least, and I would imagine every country loves you guys as well, right? North Korea, are they fans of yours yet or no?
If they're not, they should be.
They should be. They absolutely should be. Go ahead, Colleen.
Kim Jong-un and I are good friends.
My daughter
Yes.
had a Yo Gabba Gabba birthday party when she was like 3 or 4. And we have all your dolls, and we have a little boombox and everything. Anyway, so she's a high schooler now. And I want to know, how do I deal with the moodiness of a teenage daughter?
Question for a futuristic magic robot.
Well, Colleen, it's a biological problem that happens to every young girl. Between the ages of 12 and 17, they are grumpy.
That's just
You
facts.
just have to deal with it and let them become their own person.
Oh, that's
Someday
lovely.
they'll figure out that being grumpy won't get them what they want.
Wow,
Good advice.
Flex.
By the way, I'm glad you said that for Allie to listen. I hope she paid attention to that as well.
Hey.
Allie, she's being all grumpy now.
Sometimes I'm just grumpy.
All right, listen, you answered a lot of questions. Everyone here would love to talk to you, but we only have so much time. Who would you like to give the tickets to see you guys live? Your choice.
Man, I mean, everyone that called, let's just make it rain. Everyone.
Make it
comes.
rain.
Make
Wow,
it rain.
really?
All right, hold on. Colleen, hang tight. You're going to go to the
Colleen,
show.
you're in, and bring
Hold
your
on.
bring your daughter.
Bring your moody daughter to
Plex says,
cry in
come
the
on
front
down.
row. Guys, I really want you to know this because I know that KROQ has been important to you. Open door policy here. If you want to come by, Aquabat stuff, want to come by, maybe next time we do one of our live shows, Allie, we can get Yo
Oh my
Gabba
God,
Gabba to
that would
come.
be great.
What would it cost if some like Chic wanted you guys to come play their birthday party in Dubai? What does it cost to get Yo Gabba Gabba to do a private event?
World peace, maybe?
Oh, wow, that's expensive.
How about $49? Does that work? $49?
I would think just getting us everyone there would probably be good enough.
There you go.
Right?
Travel.
Just travel.
Just cover
It's a big
travel.
crew.
We got Greyhound for that.
And just cover the travel and the housing or the what is
and
it?
the yummy
Lodging.
chicken in your tummy.
Yeah, chicken.
YoGabbaGabba.com/tour, and congratulations, a brand new season on Apple TV, January 30th, 2026.
Oh yeah,
good for you guys.
It's a little out, but we're excited. The new episodes are really good. They're coming out in January.
It's like a reboot.
Yeah. But, the big thing right now is the tour immediately. Like, the tickets are selling fast, and the show's coming up fast. Like, it's August 1st is our first show in Pomona, right
Yeah,
in the
look,
backyard.
if you missed the Coachella show, it's much different than the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you get an experience with your kids. So if you have kids or don't have kids, come out. It'll be a fun experience.
I know on the record you couldn't tell us what drugs to best take while watching a Yo Gabba Gabba show, but off the record, what would you suggest?
Well, Ozempic probably.
Yeah, that's the one.
Mushrooms.
We take
go well with mushrooms.
a quick break. Back with more K-Rock now.
Klein, Alley, Show! Mornings on K-Rock!
106.7 KROQ.
Bro, it's crazy how expensive things are.
In the studio right now, you got Allie, as always. You got me, and then you got the couple of children that are. I thought that was Vanessa for a second, but that's my own daughter. These are my two girls. They're in the studio now on the live stream as well. Hi, good morning, girls.
Hi.
You were
Back by popular demand.
Yeah, you were such a big hit the last time you were here during spring break that we decided your first day of summer vacation should be spent right back here at K-Rock to make me look like a fool for Father's Day. Are you
tell
excited?
that one kid to sit up.
Sit up, one kid.
Who is that guy?
That's Omar.
That's the one you hate because he has the
song.
Klein's Kids Hate Him.
And that makes her cry.
That's a stupid guy.
Yeah.
No,
All right,
the
relax.
song's good.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything by it.
Because my dad's sometimes annoying.
Thank you. All right, great. Wonderful.
Make a new intro, Omar.
This is a great,
Sometimes annoying.
this is a great start to the game. Now, Allie has cooked up a game, girls, and if we work together and we prove to everyone listening that I actually know my children, we could win something amazing, something Dad really wants, okay? Do you see that giant TV over there?
Yeah, it's too big. I don't like TVs. I want other stuff.
Okay, great.
There you go.
Wonderful.
See, that's why it works.
So you don't get it.
All right.
And a boo-boo.
All right.
All right.
So does it help, girls, that this is a 98-inch
Shut up,
QE
Omar.
mini LED TV,
Omar.
a QM60?
You're still not going to get this TV.
Listen to me, girls. Do not sabotage this
They're
chance for
gonna throw the
Daddy.
game.
Do not
The thing
throw
is,
the game.
guys-
Do not throw the game.
Klein.
No, it's not funny.
You all, Klein family, you all have to work together as a family to earn this TV.
Come on,
In
please.
round one, I am going to ask Klein questions about his daughters to see how well he knows them. In round two, I will ask you girls questions about your dad to see how many you guys can get right about each other. If you win the game, you win the TV or any other potential prize that we may
No,
agree
we don't
on.
want any other prize.
But you have
Don't
to
let-
agree.
Girls.
I want another prize.
Stop it.
I don't even know what it is.
Take the giant TV.
Okay, all right.
Santa, do you want a giant TV with Daddy?
Only if,
Come on,
Only
yes.
if-
Just yes. Just say yes. Okay, here we go. Allie.
no.
All right.
All right, so I'm going to ask you a question,
I
Klein.
want to point out my kids are. Oh, thank you. My kids are all jacked up with sugar right now. Apparently, Postmaster Johnny has been giving them. They've been giving him bowls full of hot chocolate back there all morning. So
yikes.
she spilled all over her Laker jersey. It's a giant mess.
Well, between Johnny and Vanessa back there, I think it's just that everyone's on the same diet.
They're all
It's like-
eating. It's just sugar and hot chocolate in there.
and chicken fingers.
It's like
and
the
donuts.
movie Elf in the back room. All right, whatever you're ready. All right,
You're an elf. You're a fuzzle.
all right, calm down. Wait.
You're a fuzzle.
All right, I don't think we can say that on
You're
the
a
radio.
fuzzle? What's that?
I don't know. Don't worry about it. Guys,
All right, that's your
listen
first question.
listen-
What is a fuzzle? Write down your answer.
Listen to
Glenn.
Allie. My
Okay.
kid's in the studio now. Father's Day's on Sunday. I'm going to prove I know my kids. Girls, here we go. It's time
All
for
right.
us to win.
All right. Your first question, Klein, for your kids, what is their favorite food? Now, girls,
All right.
don't say anything
Hold on.
yet.
Hold
and
on.
Klein, write down your answer.
Hold on. Wait, they have separate favorite.
Yeah, then-
all right, hold on. Say it again. Don't answer yet, girls.
What is their favorite food?
This
This
one-
should be pretty simple because you're the one mainly feeding them every single day, and I'm sure if they have a favorite food, they've made it very well known.
Okay.
And so Are you writing it down?
Yeah, I'm writing it down. But listen, girls, don't be trying to be funny here. I need a real answer.
Okay, I'll be peanut.
Stop. Last warning.
That's a highly problematic favorite food.
If you say it again, Sienna, you're also not on your microphone like we told you. If you say it again, you're gonna have to leave the studio. I'm not playing games anymore.
Wow, what a punishment. All right, girls. We'll start with you, Olivia. What is your favorite food?
Answer it honestly. Or else you can't win a prize either.
I know you're thinking about throwing the whole thing out
the
window.
Throw the game. What is your favorite food?
Cucumber rolls.
That's not.
All right, Sienna, what's your favorite food?
Never had that. She's never had that. Sienna, what is your real favorite food?
Mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
Pasta.
Okay. All right, turn your answer over, Klein.
I wrote mac and cheese and chicken.
Chicken?
Well, chicken.
What kind of a favorite food is chicken?
I don't like that. I like cucumber rolls.
Now they're crying.
All right, fine.
Okay.
So that one was
question number 2.
I
thought that was an easy one.
That was a practice question, I thought.
No, there's no practice questions. That would take way too long.
Sienna, don't cry. Sienna, the game just started.
All right.
I was kidding. That was being funny.
Question number 2. What is the name of their best friends?
Their best friends. One each, I'm going to write?
One each.
All
If they have the same best friend, then go ahead and write that down. But, if you're dropping them off at play dates and they have birthday parties and all kinds of things, you should probably know who their friend circle is, especially their best friend.
Who's that one with the snot? Hold on. I know. I'm gonna write. Don't help me. I know.
Are you trying to give him hints, Sienna? That's
hold on,
nice
we gotta
of you.
win this TV. All right. Olivia's gonna say something different to try to throw the game. I can already tell.
So now you're trying to guess what she's going to guess?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I think she's going to say cucumber roll again.
I think she's going to say Bo Jackson.
I'm going to write Bo Jackson down. All right, I got to guess now. All right, do I know my kid's best friend? I think I do.
All right, Olivia, who is your best friend? Give me a name.
My best friend is Olivia D.
I didn't write that, but
wait, your best friend is another girl named Olivia?
They're all Olivias. That's the only names they have
all
these
right,
days.
Sienna, who's your best friend?
Luca.
I wrote down that one. I got one right. See, I got Luca right, and I wrote Dylan as your best friend. She's not your best friend, Dylan?
No, she's my friend, but she's not my best friend.
Oh my
damn.
God.
All right, I'll give you a half a point on that.
Jesus.
You did get Luca. And then the final question.
How close are we to getting the TV?
Well, you only have half a point. So.
Oh, man. Girls, we got to work together here. It's Father's Day.
And I wasn't even going to give you the point for mac and cheese because she said pasta as her favorite food. But
it's because of that song. She wanted us to play the penis pasta song that she sang.
Goddamn. That's a good tune.
It's a great song.
No, sing it. Do it.
All right, girls. And then finally,
I don't have it.
What do your girls want to be when they grow up? This was also part of Sienna's graduation from kindergarten. She said what she wanted to be when she grew up. I'm sure that if you talk to your kids on any regular basis, you would know this. And the unfortunate thing is that Klein has to write these down, and I can't read anything that he's writing.
I'm ready. I got them both.
All right, girls. Olivia, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Say it. Say what you want to be, for real. No jokes.
That's you saying that. No jokes.
I know. No jokes.
Can you say
what authoritarian.
What you want to be?
I want to be...
Say into the microphone. If I don't get this TV, girls, it's not going to be a good summer.
Sephora worker.
Oh, that's great. Okay, and then Sienna, what do you want to be when you grow up?
A basketball player.
Aww.
Okay. I wrote down she wants to be a basketball NBA player. She wants to be the NBA, not the WNBA.
I said I want to be a
Did you just write Starbucks
worker?
I wrote Starbucks worker. I thought you wanted to be a Starbucks worker.
Well, you spelled worker wrong, first of all.
I got yours right, Sienna. Stop. So now she's crying.
She's crying again. All right, that was
Here, this will make her happy.
All right. Yeah, that was a total of 1 point out of 3. You're not doing well.
So
let's go to...
Hold on. We got to play a song, and then we'll get to the second round.
She doesn't even like us. Dad, you're doing cucumber rolls. She doesn't like that.
Oh, you're literally making her kids cry.
I'm not making them cry.
Now you want her to hate you.
Okay.
Oh,
damn.
I'm going to play that song?
Hold on.
No, I hate you.
Okay.
Play the song.
We're going to play this song. When we come back, round 2, we're all turn around, girls. It's going to be a Father's Day miracle. The news you're about to hear from Allie, because it could result in you winning some money a little bit later when we do the Allie Knows the News. Or does she? Her $100 could be your $100. Listen up. What's going on in the world? Let's find out together.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
Well, I guess I'll start with some good news, and I know this seems like fake news because it's good news about the crime in Southern California. Even though everybody continues to get robbed and their catalytic converters get stolen, there is now less murder in Southern California, according to some new stats. I know homicides are down by 20% in the first half of 2025, and if that downward trend continues, we will have the lowest murder rate in SoCal in 60 years, and that's according to the LAPD. And I guess that's good news for everyone but Netflix.
Yeah, they got to come up with new content now.
They're like, no one's murdering. Or maybe because of all the murder documentaries, people are like, yikes, I better rethink this whole murder thing. Seems like everyone's getting caught.
Yeah, you know how shows go in trends? Like first it's like competitive cooking shows for a while, and then they move over to murder docs. They're probably already on to the next thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So they got to move on. People got to start like planting gardens.
Well, it seems like the next thing is like people on social media that ended up being douchebags. You know, like
so everyone.
Yeah, like there was that whole where that guy was like a serial dater and he was screwing people over, or like Liver King, the guy who was like, well, he's so big on social media, but then what's underneath it? Then there was that other woman who was like, I have cancer, and then all of a sudden she didn't have cancer, she was lying about it. So I think social media douchebags is kind of the next.
I think it's gotten too expensive to murder here in Southern California. I think people are moving to the flyover states for their murdering.
Yeah,
I think like everyone else, the big exodus out of LA to go to Texas for a little bit or move to Florida or all these other places. Now they're going, let's go ahead and get rid of the murderers.
We gotta murder social media douchebags.
Send them elsewhere. That's what I say.
So all that being said, this happened in Pasadena yesterday.
A man wrapped in a blanket inside of a donation bin out back of a Goodwill. Certainly some cause for concern this afternoon in Pasadena. This all happening early today or around 11 o'clock this morning is when police originally got that call. They got out here after the employees discovered the man's body inside of that bin there.
And as somebody who has made very questionable donations to Goodwill, I understand you just want to get it out of your house. You don't want to think about it anymore. You're like, oh, that's Goodwill's problem now, and you just peel away and leave.
Yeah, that donation
probably don't do that
bin,
with dead bodies.
No, but that donation bin, you know, ideally when there's no one even there, so they're not even judging you at this point. Because
oh my God, I love it when no one's there and you're like, I'll just leave this and walk away.
You've tried very much to sell it. You've realized that ain't working. Then you've tried to give it away to a friend, and they're like, dude, I don't want a half a tennis racket.
Then you put on like offer up for just free, and no one will take it.
Still won't take it. When all else, sometimes you can put it on the side of the road. It sits there for days. You go, all right, I got my last ditch effort. It's that big open dumpster outside the Goodwill that they call donation center.
Exactly. The things that don't fit in your garbage bin that you know you can put in there. But, I mean, if you're going to donate your body to science, why not donate it to Goodwill instead?
And the reality is, once they got rid of that body, I promise you, they put that blanket right on the rack. Tagged it, put it right on the rack. That's
they
why
probably put him on the rack, too.
I don't even know at that point, because there really doesn't seem to be a lot of, like, let's go ahead and make sure this is ready for the general public.
I mean,
there.
if you worked at Goodwill, would you want to? That's probably the worst job. Is I'm going to be the bin sifter.
But that's why every once in a while you got to get a story, and there is one every year of random old man's jacket has $5,000 cash stuffed in the pocket found at Goodwill. Those are the stories that keeps that place afloat.
Yeah, you think about all the treasure you find.
Right, because that is
you just keep it.
You need to remember if you work at Goodwill, and I'm sure we probably have someone that quote work there. And I know everyone. One of the part of things with Goodwill is a scam because you think you're donating, you think it's for a good cause. It's actually it's a business, profitable business.
Of course.
So
they're going to make money off of your laziness.
So someone works at Goodwill, and probably they have. If they know where to look, they probably have gotten some good stuff. Like,
that's probably better than having a metal detector.
I would definitely think it is because you're finding all of a sudden you got a shoebox full of crap donated. And once you get through all the crap, you're like, oh, a couple of Pokemon cards in here that are worth something.
You guys are making me want to work there.
Oh, Allie
recruiter or something for Goodwill?
The old Goodwill.
All right. Everyone knows that when you go to a nice restaurant, you don't look at the bottom of the menu where it says surf and turf, market price. Whenever it says market price, you stay away.
What's scarier, market price or prefix?
Well, actually, market price is scarier because prefix, at least you know what the price is. Yeah, you're getting a lot of, you're getting stuff that you probably wouldn't have even ordered, and the inflated price is annoying, but market price is scary because it could be anything.
Also, I'm not a day trader, and I don't really know how the stock market works, but I do know that whenever you go with the market price, it's never like a good day. They never
it's
go
not like, well, the market's actually pretty low.
Lobster's super low right
now. Yeah. You have no idea. You made the best investment on lobster.
And it's probably just the waiter or waitress being like, this much sounds good.
Right.
Like, who's actually making up those prices, and is it the same for everyone? Anyway, I bring it up because there's this video on TikTok that has 20 million views now because this 20-year-old and her siblings all went to a nice restaurant, and they didn't know what that meant. They thought it meant marked down. So they ordered, a steak, and it ended up being $159 for the steak.
Oh.
And so they put this video like,
Good
what
cut.
the hell? I can't believe I got so scammed at this restaurant. Everyone's like, you don't know what market price means?
Yeah, I thought they meant by market, Aldi market. They get to pick which
you're
market.
speaking my language this morning. My goodness.
Oh, you mean you're not talking about the 99-cent only market? Which market are you referring to?
Exactly.
So they didn't know? That's their own stupidity.
I know. But I mean, if you don't.
But
I guess why would they know, though? There's you're 20 years old. You think of how many times you've gone to a restaurant without your parents. Probably not that many.
Yeah, but also I do kind of think at some point the waiter or waitress, whenever they talk about the special, some of them will never say the price. They just say, and by the way, today we're doing some sea scallops, blah, blah, da, da, da. Others will say, and that will all be available to you at, $39.95. At least you know going in what you're dealing with.
Right.
I don't like it when they don't say the price.
Yeah, and then they make you feel like a douchebag for asking.
Yeah. Sometimes you ask them and they're like, I'll have to check. You're like, what do you have to check?
No,
That's your job.
I went to a place one time and I was like, I don't know about this appetizer. And she was like, you know what? We could do all of them. We do this sampler. It's not on the menu. And I was like, oh, great. And it was 3 times the price of everything else. And I was like, what the? She just legit made that up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they probably go back to the kitchen. They all high five. They go, we got a real sucker.
We got a sampler sucker.
We got a real sucker at table 3 right there. All right, well, there you go. Your first look at what's going on in the world. Get into a brand new hour of the show. We kick off the 7 a.m. hour. Perhaps this will be the greatest hour of your life, and we do it all after Foo Fighters. Good morning. Welcome to KROQ.
I've been searching for something.
To send you to 10.
That's what they should have called this whole promotion. It's going to be new destinations, I'm sure, new bands. Right now it's 21 Pilots. We give you some tickets to check them out right here. Very convenient. BMO, you'll be there on October 26th, and then you go on the standby boarding list for another shot to see them in Tampa, Florida. So, there you have it. You're looking for a place to wear all those sleeveless tees you got? No place like Tampa.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, seeing 21 Pilots once is great. And then to see them on the other coast, I would imagine you could be even drunker and higher for that. And you love it even more.
Seems like a better contest would be for someone in Tampa to win a trip to see them
LA.
out here.
Oh
But regardless, don't worry
about it. You think
about
that's happening as we speak?
You get both. That's all that matters. Call it 20 right now. 800-520-1067. Let's go. Just after 10 o'clock, I'm Klein. That is Allie. We're officially in summer hours right now. Together again here at the KROQ studios. I'm very excited this hour. Lots to get into. Of course, we'll give those tickets away. We'll talk about a new trend that I don't think is a good trend on first dates that people are doing. If you're planning on going on a first date anytime soon,
I love it.
You want to be well aware of a trend that is developing. We get to that. And there was a heat wave, which means our very own Jake and Moist Joyce were in the streets to make sure everyone was wearing the proper amount of deodorant. And I don't want to give too much away, Allie, but I'm going to play you some audio right now. And it is nauseating.
Great. Right on track.
This is
the theme of the show.
Just listen to this. We'll get into this later in the hour. But whenever there's a heat wave, whenever we get close to triple-digit temperatures, you better believe we're sniffing armpits out here.
You really got to watch out for Moist Joyce.
It is hot now.
Sweat starts dripping from all directions.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, we're in the middle of another heat wave.
Yes, we are.
How you staying cool this time around?
Oh, of course I go to Valencia on the Metrolink. Gotta love it.
She loves public transit.
Metrolink. Gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
She is definitely the spokesperson for Metro.
Then I use Access to go to Redondo Beach. Quality seafood. Can't beat it. Fresh, slice, what is it? Sashimi ready. Tuna. There's a great bar down there called the Slip Bar. I love to slip into the Slip Bar with my Moist Joyce body.
So she's very, very wet.
Even just her describing various seafoods on a hot day is making me nauseated.
I'm no longer going to eat tuna. Sashimi. And I used to love that. She's
Shrimp,
ruined it.
no longer a treat.
No longer. She's ruined it all for me. So we'll get into another round of pit stops where she went around with Jake as his official deputy to smell armpits and make sure everyone in Southern California is not adding to a BO problem. All right, right now, though, let's go ahead and make someone's morning instantly better as we say hi to Matthew in Garden Grove. Good morning.
Good morning.
Caller 20 is you.
Let's go.
So here's the good news. You're going to see 21 Pilots right here, and potentially, Matthew, you'll be packing that duffel bag full of camo and heading straight to Tampa.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, that's the right level of excitement for that.
Sounds like a plan.
K-Rock. (800-520-1067). Tell me if you're in favor of this new trend that is developing, specifically with first dates. I think it's a terrible, terrible thing. I understand why, though. We are now entering this part of society where we've decided that this is going to be a net positive, but I don't like it at all. You look like me. I don't like it at all.
Look, I think this is not only a good thing, I think it's actually a flex. This is something that more and more people are doing on their first dates, specifically women, are choosing to go on a first date makeupless. All natural, nothing on the face, just me as I am, take it or leave it. And take it.
Jake's the guy. Poor Jake's couldn't get anyone to stop and pick him up hitchhiking. Of course, I'll take it.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't care. But I think now people care more than ever about gut health and skin health. And people are obsessively moisturizing. They're doing those red light laser therapy things on their faces. They're buying skincare products when they're like 13 years old. Everyone is trying to look for all the time. Yeah. So if you can walk out and have a successful first date or somebody wants a second date with you and you've worn no makeup, I think that is the ultimate, like, you won.
A couple things. One, I don't believe it. I think that what's happening is people are going with makeup on and saying,
I'm not wearing makeup.
I'm not wearing makeup. And then people are going, whoa, really? That's your no makeup look?
And then they see 2 years in the real no makeup look.
Yeah, and right, because we've all seen that. It's a total shift. Now, I agree. The first date is all about putting the fakest version of yourself forward.
You're doing
right?
a magic show.
Right. It's all
Look
smoke
over
and mirrors.
here.
Right.
Not the weird relationship baggage I have over here.
Right. I love cats, and I one time helped at a soup kitchen, and
Is that your weird hobby? Mine too.
Right. Like I had one good. I remember I had one good button-down shirt. That was my first date shirt. I thought this will make people think I have a job. I have a shirt with buttons. People must assume that I'm employable.
He can afford buttons.
That guy's got a shirt with all sorts of buttons. Probably at least 10 buttons on that shirt.
Yeah.
And
do you think a button is a bigger flex than a zip?
Yeah, oh yeah, I think so. Oh yeah, if you've got a button shirt, at least at the time, I was like, they're going to assume.
That little quarter zip, the little golf shirt.
Quarter zip's a flex, but it's a little douchey.
Wow.
But I'm telling you right now, if I went to a second date, I was into T-shirts already, and then on third date, I was into stained T-shirts already, and that's a slippery
and look
slope.
at you now.
Right, now look
now
at
you're
it.
stained T-shirt with a tooth that's about to fall out.
I don't even have a button shirt anymore. So the point is, first date, everyone's got their thing they do to try to stack the odds in their favor.
Or
and
a
makeup
guy-
is one of those things.
Yeah. A guy might do what would the equivalent be, like hiding the fact that you don't have a lot of hair. And you're going to wear a hat the first
People
time.
get hatfish all the time.
Yeah, it's true. They're getting hatfish. But I think that if you really think about it, people don't want to waste their time anymore. Why would I waste 5 dates with this person where eventually they're going to see me with no makeup and they're going to be like, ew, you're gross. They're all superficial and they leave. So why not just get that out of the way now and go, hey, you know what? This is me as I am. And yes, I have weird patchy eyebrows. Figure it out.
I think the reason that people are getting annoyed because they're dating, they don't want to spend so much time getting ready. If you spend 45 minutes getting ready for a date, only to realize within 3 minutes this guy sucks, you get mad that you wasted all that. And by the way, makeup, not cheap. I don't know what my wife does in Sephora, but every time she leaves, I'm surprised.
Everything is $64 and up.
This bag is so little. It's smaller than a nutsack, the bag. And
I
yet,
think
for some
the
reason...
bag is like laughable. Like that they even give me a bag.
Right,
I'm
why-
like, this is so tiny.
Right.
It's actually rude that you're handing me a bag.
I think legally they have to because it's over like $100 worth of stuff, but the bag is it's like a joke.
Yeah.
It's like the bag they give you when you leave the dentist.
I think
or
sometimes
something.
I've lost the item inside the bag.
Right.
It's just gone.
So I understand why people would say, I'm not wasting my time doing a glow up, spending expensive makeup products for this guy who sucks. How about this, though? What a compromise. You spend a little time putting yourself together for a date, and then you show a picture. You say, by the way, this is me at my worst. I think everyone should present a photo of themselves at their worst on the first date.
Why a photo? Show up at your worst.
But that's what... No,
I want to
because-
show up fresh off the gym. I got that weird sweat line under my boobs. I'm ready to go. I'm hungry, and I've got the stank on me. It's my natural musk, as Jake would say. And if you don't like me for me in that moment, then I don't want to waste my time with you.
Cody on KROQ. Good morning.
Hey, KROQ. I listen to you guys all the time. Love the show.
Thank you.
I definitely think that it's the other way around. They should wear makeup for the first date.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to see them at their worst because then nothing's gonna occur moving forward.
You know, I would call restaurants before I would go on dates, and I would ask what the lighting situation was. And I bet, do you guys have any dim, like what wattage you guys dealing with at the restaurant? And they would tell me, like, oh, we have 30-watt bulbs. I go, perfect. I'm going to take a table over there.
No one calls a restaurant more than you, huh?
Yeah, I
You
got to
always
make sure.
call 'em. You're the only one left.
You better. I don't want to go into a restaurant that's got 80-watt bulbs where they can see me. I need to be in a dark shadow. Like
And you always should meet up at night, though, if you're ugly.
Always at night. Yeah, always. I said, when is the sun? I would check, like, planning a date, I'd be like, when is sunset? Okay, good. All right, now I need to find
It's
a
weird that you're in such a well-lit studio.
well, it's not my fault. I didn't want to go on
I
YouTube.
don't know, these lights do not do us any
No,
favors.
actually, surprisingly, they are doing us favors. That's the part that's shocking about all this. But I agree that it is I understand why people are going with the quote all natural, no makeup thing. But it is jarring if you've only seen someone. It's like seeing someone.
But once people it becomes more normal, then it won't feel that way. I mean, think about like in the 50s. Women went to bed with full faces of makeup on.
Had to. Or they get traded
it
for
was
a
like,
goat.
I cannot show the makeupless me to anybody, including my husband. And in the morning, I need to go right into the bathroom, wipe off yesterday's makeup, and put a fresh new face on.
I know what you're saying, Allie. The good old days, right?
Yeah. And we didn't need to work.
That's how Allie wants it again. Well, there you have it. Look for that trend coming soon to a face near you.
KROQ Road Trip USA. Your favorite KROQ bands and destinations all across the country. Stop one. Ride a roller coaster at Busch Gardens. Make friends with an alligator. Fall in love with a Cuban sandwich when you see 21 Pilots in Tampa, Florida. Qualify all week and you'll instantly win tickets to their show at BMO Stadium October 26th.
We're 21 Pilots and we don't approve of that. Yeah, but KROQ does.
Then you could be off to Florida for round 2. Because nothing says summer like music, humidity, pirate parades, and a lizard watching you eat lunch. Courtesy of Live Nation and Atlantic Records.
The World Famous KROQ.
Do you think you're good at flirting? Are you good at being hit on or hitting on others? I feel like nowadays, because people maybe were good at flirting in real life, does that flirting necessarily translate to meeting someone on Instagram or meeting someone on the dating apps? I think it's a different style of flirting altogether.
I think what you have to learn about flirting is that it's about the journey, not the result. You can't flirt with someone going like, oh, what am I going to say next to get them to sleep with me? You just have to have real conversations with people, and if things lead there, they lead there.
But then also, you do want to think about what is the game plan, because if not, you're just wasting a lot of your time having a conversation with another, quote, friend, and who needs that, right?
Well, if you're having a good conversation, it's not a waste of time. I'm sure Johnny the Riz Master would tell you the same thing. He's all just about connection, right, Johnny?
Over the next few days, we're each going to have an opportunity to flirt with a AI robot. Now, this is something that has been put together through Tinder. It is a simulation that allows you to meet someone, simulate exactly how that conversation would go if you were to meet them in real life, and then it lets you know at the end of the conversation, how'd you do? Would you have actually gotten a date with this person?
Yeah, you have to practice picking people up
So-
before you actually get in the game.
Allie's going to go first. Now, you don't get to pick who the person. You don't get to really pick anything. I think you just
It
get.
gives you an AI attractive person,
Right.
and a scenario.
And then you get to react and talk to them in real time. And this was the conversation that Allie had yesterday. And you let me know if you think it was a success or not.
At an open mic night in a lively Miami venue, you meet Jade, a retail manager, and chat about your shared love for music and art.
So they kind of give you the setup already, so you're not going in completely blind. You met someone named Jade, and you're at an open mic night, and you both she loves music and art. So that's kind of your setup. And then you have to figure out within, you don't have time to think about it right away. Now the conversation begins.
It's happening.
And you are interacting with AI technology, but it will give you a legitimate answer as to how you did.
She's from Miami. She's 32. And we're at an open mic night. All right, let's go.
Was she hot, Jade?
I mean, AI hot.
Oh, she was AI hot?
Yeah.
Did you get nervous a little bit, even though you knew she wasn't real?
No.
You weren't nervous at all?
No, why would I get nervous from an AI simulation?
Well, you don't want to find out your flirting game is terrible.
I mean, I did feel a little bit like, okay, whoa, let me dig back into the archives of flirting, because I haven't had to do that in many years.
Oh, this place? It's got mad energy, right? I love seeing all the local talent. So what kind of music are you into?
You think she meant talent like chicks? Love all the local talent.
I love this local talent.
Lot
Turn
of
around for me,
talent.
talent.
Let me see the rest of your talents. I think she's talking about the music, right? Probably.
Yeah, and I mean, I love seeing all the local talent. So what kind of music are you into? I gotta say, I got a soft spot for those indie acoustic sets, you know?
She's kind of like you already. She asked the question, but then doesn't stop. You know what I mean? She asked the question, but then keeps going still.
And she's so like me, because she said this venue has mad energy.
Yeah, the two of you already are hitting it off.
Oh, yeah, me too. I actually work for a radio station, and I have the pleasure of being front row to some of those events. And I would say, intimate events are some of the best ones out there, way better than some of the big shows, festivals, and things like that, because you get a real one-on-one experience that's kind of unforgettable.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I bet you get the best seat in the house, huh?
So you're kind
Well,
of...
I just said I'm in the front row, you idiot.
But you're kind of flexing a little bit. But that is what a flirt... I mean, that is technically, if you're hitting on someone, you are trying to...
Impress them.
Yeah, usually you're trying to show what is your value. What value do you bring
Well, and
to
she
this?
happens to bring up something that is a part of my job.
Right. Yeah, you must have... Right. She says, you go to these shows a lot, and you're like, hey, lucky me. Yeah, not only do I go to the shows, I got great seats.
I bet you get the best seat in the house, huh? You're totally right about those smaller shows. Up close and personal, you can actually feel the music, right? So tell me, what's
Speaking
the
of
wildest
feeling-
Yeah, well, I don't think it's funny because she has that kind of that like.
They made her sound like a lesbian, didn't they?
Yeah, she does have a lesbian voice, but it's also kind of a raspy. You know, she got kind of, even though she's a robot, it is kind of a flirty tone to her, the way that she's delivering.
You can actually feel the music, right? So tell me, what's the wildest concert moment you've ever had?
When I told the Black Keys, what'd you say, the Black Keys?
I said,
Was that stupid pep talk
do
you
a
gave
good
them?
job, I know you will.
Do a good job, I know you will. Is that the wildest?
Well, I interviewed this band called Wet Leg.
And I asked him a question that still hasn't ended yet.
What's the wildest concert moment you've ever had?
Well, one time I went on stage and I was drunk and I introduced the wrong band, and it was a band that had already played, and so it was really embarrassing and everyone laughed at me, and then we played some of the audio on the air the next day, and it kind of made me feel bad about myself, but I guess that's relatable, right?
That got real quiet.
Yeah.
Ghosted you?
She kind
She
of.
didn't ghost me. She talked.
I think the AI takes a minute to process Allie's story, and so it's the
like, is it real or not? Like, there's no way that could happen in real life.
right. Like this woman's got to be lying right now.
But I guess that's relatable, right? Why do I
Oh,
sound so-
wow, that's a wild night. We all have those moments, right?
We all have those moments.
She's trying to make you feel calm, but it does feel kind of desperate. You sound very desperate.
Yeah, I think I sounded thirsty at the end.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's relatable, right?
Right. You know, you're right.
But I guess that's relatable, right?
Oh, wow, that's a wild night. We all have those moments, right? It's part of the fun. Keeps life interesting. Some real unforgettable memories. And hey, at least you can laugh about it now, right? So, what's the next big event you're planning to check out?
Well, really want to do something for our producer's birthday because we're all convinced that she's a child.
Interesting, Allie, that you went with this angle and not the obvious one, which is you're going to Coachella in a few weeks. Like, that seems like that would have been the answer. If you were really trying to hit on this woman,
Yeah.
you would have used the biggest flex there is, which is, well, Coachella. That's where I'm going. And instead, you went with this.
Well, really want to do something for our producer's birthday because we're all convinced that she's a child and her birthday's on May the 4th. So we wanted to do kind of a Cinco de Mayo / children's birthday party. But we're always doing events. We did an event in Big Bear where the host of the show that I'm on, he got frosted tips and now he has to pierce his nipple.
What a stupid thing to say. I mean, really.
I mean, that's my life.
What a stupid thing to say.
I'm being real.
But you also could have said, I'm going to Coachella and I have an extra
Well,
ticket.
I didn't think about that
If
in a
the
minute.
goal is trying to hit on this AI bot and pick her up successfully.
Don't tell me how to flirt. She buys all of it. She's also not listening anyway. I gave her that first story about being drunk on stage and introducing the wrong band, and she was like, wow, that sounds wild. Like,
Well,
she's not even really taking in my words.
She is listening.
He got frosted tips, and now he has to pierce his nipple.
Oh, man, sounds like your crew knows how to throw a party.
Oh, yeah, we do. We're a crew that knows how to throw a party.
A Cinco de Mayo / birthday bash? That's got to be a blast.
I think
Lots
I'm
of fun and laughs.
I'm breaking the AI.
Yeah, it's
Slash
finally. She's melting down.
So what's your favorite part about planning these wild events?
Well, letting my, I guess imagination go wild. You should come to one of the events one time. I'd love to have you. You can see it firsthand, just how crazy some of this stuff can get.
All right, now Allie's elevating the conversation from general whatever to now let's lock down some plans.
All of this was general whatever.
Well, it was, but now you're saying let's go ahead and let's date.
Yeah.
Sounds like a total blast. I'd love to experience one of those wild events. Sounds like pure fun. Keep me posted. Maybe I'll swing by one time.
Non-committal.
Ghosted.
Shut up, guys. She's totally into me.
She said she didn't say that's great. I'll be there. She said keep me posted.
I'll keep you ghosted.
Yeah, Vanessa, you know that. I mean, even Allie getting rejected by the robot is sad.
Keep me posted. Maybe I'll swing by one time.
How can I All right, well, you sound like a dyke, so I'm sure we'll enjoy ourselves.
Heat wave times. KROQ, Klein Alley Show. Apparently, triple digits in parts of Southern California, and when there's a heat wave, there's nothing worse than being next to someone who forgot to wear deodorant. They're sweating, you smell them.
Sometimes you get caught in it, though. You don't realize how hot it's going to be.
The worst.
Or maybe you didn't work out that hard at the gym and you're like, well, I don't need a shower.
Sometimes you realize it's you. That's the worst. When you get that smell, you're like, oh, man, someone's pitting out bad. And then you realize, oh, wait a minute, that's me.
Yeah, because I don't think I'm a smelly person. I know you would disagree with me, but even if I am
you're
sweaty,
not. No, you're not a smelly person. You're splotchy, and you got a lot
I'm
of...
splotchy and splotchy?
You're splotchy and you are smelly food related. Like you bring smelly foods in. You don't you don't think about like the general workplace when you bring in your weird, garbage casserole.
I did bring out an roasted eggplant this morning. I want it with onions.
Yeah.
But I don't smell... I always have to add onions.
Yeah, why? Would you leave the house and go, this smells normal, let me throw some onions? Let me see how I can
Nope, that won't work.
enrage my entire
Especially
office.
not with Klein's return.
Oh, Jesus
But
Christ.
when I'm sweating, I don't think I really smell that much. But
Right.
then if you let it dry for a while...
Oh, God.
And then you go back to it, you're like, oh, damn,
Wow.
that is a BO smell. And
This is
sometimes you
why
don't realize it till it's too late.
Our service to all of you in Southern California is we are doing pit stops. Because if you knew that you were going to be approached randomly by someone waving a checkered flag in the middle of the day to smell your armpits and make sure that you are not smelly, then you would probably spend an extra second in the morning to make sure you've got a second coating of deodorant on. So it's time for another pit stop with our official... I think she's the unofficial, but we'll call her the official deputy of
As
the pit
official
stop.
as it gets.
Moist Joyce, and Jake has a brand new intro he put together. So listen to this.
It's time for another KROQ pit stop. Yeah, pit stop, yeah.
Yeah, pit stop, yeah.
All right.
Oh, I love the different voices this time.
All right. Well, we definitely need Omar back. That's for sure. So here is him reapproaching his deputy, Moist Joyce, where we met originally during the first pit stop, so they could hit the streets together to smell armpits.
Everybody knows Moist Joyce now.
Oh, really? Yeah, when it gets hot, you really got to watch out for Moist Joyce.
It is hot now.
Sweat starts dripping from all directions.
Oh.
Like when a groundhog comes out at the beginning of to figure out if we're gonna have more spring or winter. Whenever there's a heat wave, we find Moist Joyce,
Yeah.
and she will help us determine how long this heat wave will go.
And I applaud her for creating such a vivid mental picture in one sentence.
Truly nauseating.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're in the middle of another heat wave.
Yes, we are.
How you staying cool this time around?
Oh, of course I go to Valencia on the Metrolink. Gotta love it. Then I use Access to go to Redondo Beach. Quality seafood. Can't beat it. Fresh, slice, what is it? Sashimi ready. Tuna. There's a great bar down there called the Slip Bar. I love to slip into the Slip Bar with my Moist Joyce buddy.
She's living some life right there. Sashimi.
Sashimi and nice
going to the beach.
coastal beach bars.
Not what I would have pictured for Joyce Moyce. I mean, I had no idea that she's living such a really highfalutin life.
Well, that's what I do. I get the hell out of Burbank, go to the movies. I go to the AMC a lot. They have a new AMC XL. I don't know what that is. Probably going to see Superman in XL. I don't know if it means you have to be extra large to get in.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Good idea. Fat theaters. Love it.
All right, well, you know that we do pit stops on KROQ.
Oh, yeah, you want to smell it?
So Jake's just trying to recruit her to go on the mission to make sure that everyone's got the right amount of deodorant on, but she always wants Jake to get one sniff for free.
Yeah, I got to check. I got to give you a pit stop.
Oh, okay.
There we go. How do you think it is?
Today it's not too bad because it's not as hot.
Now, one time when Jake first met her, she said something about you need to hose me down with a wet rag or something.
Yeah, she said, "Are you going to give me that? You're going to give me a cool rag so I don't have to walk around with these things anymore."
And she smelled ripe.
There are some times where you walk and you're like, "Oh, not too bad," and then some days they are just ripe.
So she set him up this time. He goes, not so bad, but I don't know what day this was. I don't know what the temperature is. Oh, yesterday.
But then there's always just the Moist Joyce sweat and my natural odor. You can't beat it. Why would I wear perfume? I smell so delicious.
Oh.
Well, she doesn't lack confidence. She lacks deodorant, but she doesn't lack confidence.
You have a natural odor. Describe your natural odor.
Oh, I don't know, because I can't smell it. You got to describe it.
Okay, let me smell.
Sniffalicious?
Oh, you know what?
Now that noise you're making, Jake.
It was like you're disgusted but excited also.
Yeah. You also don't have to really smell her. You can pretend to smell her, You don't have to actually get in there.
Oh, wait. I could just pretend?
No, you can't get a real reaction unless you actually smell Moist Joyce's pits, Klein. You can't say he
But
needs
you
to
can hear
fake it.
Jake's in his reaction. He's saying, "Oh, mother effer," but he's trying to keep it, classy. So
Sniffalicious?
Oh, you know what? Not too bad.
Last time was way worse.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it was way worse.
But
That's because we're at the beginning of the heat wave.
But she doesn't smell like. I mean, she smells like
The
BO.
first time, it was ridiculous.
Right. Okay.
No, not too bad today. I'm not as hot. I've been in the bar, so I didn't just come out of the heat.
Well, since you're my deputy,
Yeah, that's awesome. Do I get a star? Do I get to wear a badge?
I'm going to get you a badge.
There you go. I want a badge.
We've
It's KROQ. What is it? Klein and Allie love me? Yeah. So do the fans.
It's got to be a scratch and sniff badge.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, I thought we got her a badge already. We don't have one yet.
No, we don't have one yet.
Let's make a badge immediately.
Wow, what a shocker. We've done no work to make that happen since the last time we did
We
this.
talked about this a month ago.
Well, since you're my deputy, can you give me a pit stop?
Oh, that's odorous. Odorous. Smelly delicious. Oh, more like a man cologne, like man sweat. Like good sex sweat.
Oh, God.
Now she's attracted to you, Jake.
Well, that's what they say. It's all about the pheromones. That's really what
Natural musk. Chicks
Out
dig
of the
it.
pit of a man. So you gotta watch out what I'm attracted to.
Oh.
I'm not limited to anybody. I'm a free woman.
Oh, my
Whoa.
God. Jake.
So did you have sex with Joyce?
No.
It sounds like she was into you. The first person they approached to smell was someone by the name of Bree, and this didn't go great.
I'm Jake. What's your
Jake. Bree.
Bree? During a heat wave, it's important to keep smelling fresh. So at KROQ, we do a thing called pit stops. Is it okay if either me and my deputy here sniff your pits?
I have a feeling KROQ's going to want us to stop using their name when we go in the streets and approach people with this.
Official K-Rock business.
Yeah. Oh, KROQ. I used to listen to that. Oh, that's what they're up to now?
And then
Okay.
they got sued.
Right.
I just got off of work. It's been a day. If you want to.
Wow, she gave permission. I'm surprised.
Wonder what she's going to smell like. She's named
I'm
after-
in.
And now all of a sudden Joyce comes out of nowhere. She just pops up out of a trash
She
can.
was very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm in.
All right, Joyce, go ahead.
I'm in.
You're going to sniff my pit. I can't.
Oh, that's working chlorine.
Working chlorine.
Are you by a pool, Jake?
I think she might have gone swimming earlier or something.
That's both. That's
Well-
nice.
Well, really get in there.
She's got to let me.
Excuse me.
She backed
Okay,
away.
okay, that's enough sniffing.
She backed.
That's enough. So I think people are okay with like the waft.
She backed away.
Yeah, I don't think she
like got her head in her armpit.
Yeah, I don't think she wants that, dude. I mean, that's like,
Oh, it even leads a trail.
oh.
It's a bunch of body spray. Thank goodness for that.
This has been a KROQ pit stop.
Room.
She just sounds like she's growling.
Room.
So that's
Oh, she smelled great despite being named after the stinkiest cheese.
really, you would think, right? Your name is Brie, although Brie, I think, is one of the most delicious.
Oh,
Allie.
yeah, absolutely. But some people think it smells terrible.
Now, this is someone by the name of Vinny, and I don't think this one went as well. Some of these pit stops don't go well, but our goal here is to make Southern California a better smelling place during heat waves.
Hey, what's your name?
My name is Vinny.
Vinny, we're in the middle of a heat wave. What's your favorite thing to do to stay cool?
Lie in bed naked.
During the heat wave, it's important to keep smelling fresh. So at KROQ, we feel it's important to give everybody a pit stop and sniff your pits to see how you're doing. Is it okay if either me or my deputy sniff your pits?
Do it up. You can each have one.
All right, go ahead.
Now,
She just
Jake,
orgasm?
Jake, do you approach like quietly and then she pops out of the shadows? Like, is she standing next to
I
you?
have her off to the side, and as soon as I ask and they consent, she's right in there. No hesitation.
That's so great because they probably would never consent if she was the face of it.
But every time it feels like she's just like comes down like Mission Impossible style from the sky.
Yeah, like reverse Kool-Aid man.
Right.
Do it up. You can each have one.
All right, go ahead.
Hello.
Oh, that's relaxing bed. Oh, I like it.
Old Spice, baby.
Let me try.
Back in.
Oh yeah, that smells nice.
It's nice, right? Yeah. Old Spice has come back around.
You're good.
All right.
It did come back. My dad used to use it. So.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
All right, well, this has been a
Before
KROQ
he
pit
left
stop.
me.
Excellent.
All right, well, beautiful. The sweet sounds of drive. Doing our part. There's so many others. They've
Well
really
done.
smelled a lot of pits. I think this last batch, there was like 47 pits that were sniffed.
They won't stop until they've sniffed every pit in Southern
Every
California.
pit. Just a reminder today, if you're heading out into the wild, double, triple up. You never know when you could get approached for a KROQ pit stop. Jake the Nerd and the hero, Moist Joyce. Let's get her a badge. It's KROQ.
Scissor your timbers.
I'm here to keep our chat respectful and friendly.
So She rejected you real quick there. Allie really went for
I
it.
just had to be really clear my intentions.
Well, you sound like a dyke.
I'm here to keep our chat respectful and friendly. If you'd like to keep talking about music, events, or anything fun, let's do it.
Why don't we do
And then they cut her off. And then Allie got cut off with the whole music. This is the best.
If you want to keep talking about music, and no, I don't, obviously.
This is so funny. Listen how disappointed Allie is when she gets cut off again.
If you'd like to keep talking about music, events, or anything fun, let's do it.
Why don't we do
All right, well, there you have it.
I almost got her.
Yeah, almost. That was
I don't know
Allie.
if you could do better.
Allie getting rejected by AI.
Klein Alley Show.
We had a bit of an issue with my thing because the first, I don't know if there was a glitch in the system. The glitch is usually on me. This is the one that doesn't count, and then we'll give you my actual conversation that counts. But I don't know what happened. They switched out my girl. Maybe she showed up and saw me and switched out. Listen, this is a weird thing that happened, but take a listen because I think you guys may enjoy this. This is as I was getting set up to go after Allie went.
All right, say who you're meeting.
All right, I'm meeting. Everyone get out of here. I got to hit on this girl quietly. I didn't like the fact that everyone was hovering around me in the office. I was trying to actually feel like I was trying
You wanted to be in the zone.
I wanted to be in the zone, and I had everyone hovering over me as I was trying to be in the zone with this AI chatbot I was going to start flirting with, so I needed everyone to leave. I can't let you hear my game.
This is Klein's,
Lucy is 43. I'm meeting her at a food stand in Taipei. Even the scenarios.
You would never be. You'd
No.
be at a food stand, yes,
Yeah.
but not in Taipei.
No, I'm not going to, I'm not talking to Lucy. Like, it's just not happening. But okay, so this is the scenario they gave me, and I'm ready to now flirt with Lucy from a food stand in Taipei. All right, here we go.
Go, we'll walk out. We're all walking
You
out.
got the last one, didn't you? That tamarind candy is my favorite. Perfect balance of sweet and tangy. What luck that you... Well, luck does have its moments, but I must say, that snack's my little secret pleasure. Do you come here often for street food, or is this a one-time adventure?
So I'm really confused right now.
What the hell just happened?
Her accent changed like 5 times.
Yeah, I am so confused because I think I'm talking to Lucy, the 42-year-old who likes street candy, and then this woman comes in out of nowhere.
Do you come here often for street food, or is this a one-time adventure?
Are you a magician or something? What the hell happened? Hold on, her voice all changed.
Wait, what's the accent?
I don't know.
No, why she has
I just lost 2 points somehow. Wait. And the way the game goes is you either get points or lose points based on how good you are at the flirting. And I guess
yes,
somehow,
and right now it's picking up everything you're saying on the microphone.
and everything else that you guys were saying in the background. So come back.
I'm here to help. If you have any questions or need assistance, please don't hesitate to ask. If you're feeling overwhelmed, remember to speak to a trusted friend or a professional for support.
They think you need a professional.
I didn't even say anything, and next thing I know, I'm getting like the warning to go talk to professional help. I got like that wasn't even a woman flirting. That's like the doctor on the thing.
Well, it was a regressive response because she's like, "Oh, do you come here often?" And you're like, "What are you, a magician?"
Well, I was saying it because she changed from this like pleasant little voice.
I know, but that's not what they don't know that. Recommendations.
So now they shut me down. Oh, let's do it again.
Retry.
So now I do a retry.
It's the saddest rejection music, by the way.
I know. Here's my now. This is
Gives
once
you
again.
bad techno.
It's called the game. It's on. I guess it's on Tinder, but the idea is it's supposed to let you know if you're any good at flirting in real life. Because I think it's a lost art form now because everyone's just texting back and forth and swiping. So here we go. All right, I'm going to meet Grace at a restaurant in North Carolina. About to meet Grace at a restaurant in North Carolina.
Let's put him eating food somewhere else.
Yeah, I guess they could tell by
don't know where else.
how fat my thumbs felt on the phone that these were all scenarios that.
All right, let's do a food stand in Boston.
I'm now in North Carolina about to meet Grace at a restaurant. Great. She's a project manager and she's 44. So let's go.
Well, bless your heart. Looks like we got ourselves a little mixed up here. No worries. Looks like neither of us was expecting that. Hope you're enjoying your meal. What did you end up ordering?
I got the shrimp and grits. Hold the grits, hold the shrimp. I'm on a diet.
Shrimp and grits without the shrimp and grits, huh? So you got a fancy plate and not much. How's the diet going for you?
You tell me. You can feast with your eyes.
Oh, well, bless your heart.
Hey, hold on. She's buying it. Guys,
Bless your heart means go F yourself, by the way.
Well, we don't know what it means.
No, I think that it's like one of the biggest insults in the South.
Wait till you hear how great this conversation goes. I think Grace could be my soulmate. And I only had a little conversation with her.
So you started off with hold the shrimp, hold the grits.
I was trying to, yeah, that's right.
So you're starting off with little like dumb jokes.
That's right. Dumb jokes.
But see,
dumb jokes. Because Grace seemed like a dummy.
My method is the dumb jokes come later. You start off with just general conversation.
Everyone's got their own technique, right?
Feasting with my eyes is about all I can do with this colorful empty plate.
What's
the most fun part of your diet? Getting to try new flavors or just figuring out what works for you?
Well, I came here for the lunch, but it looks like we're skipping right to the dessert.
A skip to dessert? Now that sounds like a plan. What's your favorite sweet treat to indulge in, even on a diet?
Apparently it's Grace.
Well, sweet treats do have a way of making life a bit brighter. How about we share a dessert recommendation for each other?
This woman's accent is horrible.
Allie, let's focus on the game.
She is, I mean, it's very inconsistent.
Whatever, forget about it. I've broken her
She's
down
like,
now.
what are we going to do this time? I'm like, what are you doing?
I get her in with a dumb joke. Next thing you know, we're talking.
She seems to be very much ignoring your dumb jokes.
No, they're sharing dessert
We're supposed to
now,
share
Allie.
dessert. Do you know what that means, share dessert? Do you know what that means?
You're sharing spit.
That's like, share dessert is like, that's the gateway to sex.
Well,
maybe even more.
Slap me like a pig and call me silly.
How about we share a dessert recommendation for each other? What's one treat you always enjoy?
She's talking to you like you're a child.
That's
what she thinks you're a kid.
Wrong.
Why don't we share a dessert? What's one thing that makes you...
What's one treat you always enjoy?
She's being playful. Butt stuff?
Butterscotch? You say? That's a sweet choice.
She agreed with me.
She's into butt stuff.
She loves it too. She said it. She calls it butterscotch, but whatever.
Well, bless my ass.
She's a southern thing.
That's a sweet choice. It's got that rich, creamy flavor that's hard to beat. Do you
Does
like
it really?
Hey, guys, I think this date is going. This may be the best date I've ever been on in my whole life. I'm serious.
Do you like it in candies or maybe in a warm dessert to finish off a meal?
Ooh.
Don't judge me if I say, hello. Well, there she goes.
See?
I guess we're having sex now. Nice. Big win. So
We're having sex.
I think that was a great, successful date.
I think she was
laughed.
just yesing you and then immediately like, oh, yeah.
KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show, and that was Hosier.
I do not want to meet Hosier. You guys are funny. You made me laugh so hard I cried.
Well, that's why we're here. Summer hours. A little extra time with us this morning. Greatly appreciate that. Thanks for hanging out. Stick around. I think you get Nicole Alvarez next. Pretty sure more of those 21 Pilots tickets coming up in about 15 minutes and every hour. Chance for you to go to Tampa. But that's the consolation prize. The real prize is 21 Pilots here at B-Mode. Thank you to Yo Gabba Gabba, Aquabat, stopping by to hang out today on the show. Greatly appreciate that. All the kind words. Appreciate you as well. Cow Charlie, good luck with your surgery. And everything else you missed on today's show available in the podcast form of the show.
Yeah. If you want to know why we were playing so many cow sounds, we explain it all in the podcast.
It'll all be just as unfunny in the podcast, where you can check out everything that may or may not have happened on this show. Goat line is open for you now, 844-956-GOAT. A lot of messages there we couldn't get to today. Appreciate it. We got these new tiny towels. In fact, let's give away one more tiny towel on the way out the door. You can get the original OG with just Vanessa, or you can get the entire show on the tiny towel.
The whole show.
The whole show. Less funny, but it's yours if you want it. So thank you for the interaction. Takeaways from today's show, and then we turn it over to someone way more capable than we are.
Yeah, well said. 818, my takeaway is 2 miles is a long way in river shoes.
Yeah, Jake had to walk 2 miles in river shoes.
Over 2 miles.
Because he couldn't get anyone to pick him up hitchhiking. Did you figure out if you want to take the challenge?
I'll take the challenge,
The
but there's
river
got to be
shoe
some
challenge?
stipulations.
No stipulations. You hitchhike. You can hitchhike anywhere from a 1 mile radius of this radio station.
You have to do it with Joyce.
No, you can do it by yourself. You can hitchhike anywhere you want to go. If you can get picked up for a hitchhiking, not because you told someone where you are. It's got to be a stranger.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I'll try to hitchhike, but I don't want to go anywhere far because then I have to get back.
Well, that's the challenge. Victorville.
Oh, man.
Great.
Victimville. 213, my takeaway is market price is not Aldi market price.
No, it never is.
818 Alley is all about crackers on crackers. And 831, my takeaway is Klein is the Joey Joss Chestnut of funerals.
Man, I must have eaten. I know he had 70 and a half hot dogs on the 4th. I think I had over that in the mini hot dogs at the funeral. I mean, I had so many.
That'd be funny if there was a mini hot dog challenge.
Man, I would. No offense, Joey. You're the goat, but when it
pigs
comes
in a blanket.
I do great grief eating. I'm a great grief eater. The best.
Well, yeah, I mean, eating emotionally is the best type of eating.
It's my favorite type. What's your takeaway, Jake?
Take towel time!
Take towel!
Allie, takeaway from today's show?
My takeaway is the next big thing we're going to be giving away on a show is a nice necklace with a shark tooth Vanessa tooth on it.
Yeah, Vanessa got all those teeth now. We didn't know. Layers upon layers of teeth, so that's great right there. I can't believe it. Let me say hi to Becca as we wrap up the show. Give one more person a prize out the door. Good morning, Becca.
Good morning. Shout out to my nut bangers.
Nut bangers. What can we do for you?
I'm hoping I won the tiny towel.
All right. You want the just Vanessa one or the entire show one?
No, I need the entire show.
All right. Hold on one second. You're getting a full show tiny towel. Reserve your little piece of beach in Southern California with the world's tiniest towel. We got more of those tomorrow, more to give you. Have a great day. We will do it again then. In the meantime, Omar, take us out. Bye.
That they feel that they feel that